gas and so on. This is the dependency. They love that.
That is quite disappointing.
These guys on the other side, they love that kind of dependency syndrome, so that when they drive into the community, people are at awe, you know, because they will be getting a $50 or, you know, a shot of rum and stuff like that. This is what Vincent London and the United Workers' Party is against. You know, do not depend on a politician to give you these things. That is why this government is creating jobs.
Yes.
You know, it is creating long-term jobs for you to be gainfully employed, so that you can go to your financial institutions and say to them, look, I am gainfully employed in company X, Y, and Z.
The United Workers' Party empowers persons.
Can I borrow some money to buy a piece of land, or to renovate my house, or to buy a house, or to buy a car, or to further my education? This is what the United Workers' Party is all about. Not short-term employment projects. None of that. Do not, you know, it's not about cutting grass by the roadside, you know, and stuff like that. This is a better thinking government. And that is why we're saying to you that this coming election, you must make your vote count. Do not give your votes to these people who have no intentions of transforming St. Lucia and taking it to the next level that you see happening now. Yes, Diana.
If you permit me to speak to young women based on the experience I've had. We are human. I would like to think we're the better race, well, the better gender. Women, we're a nation
some people
on
said
our
that
own.
You outsmarted, women outsmarted men from the beginning.
Oh, we continue to outsmart men.
The examples are there from Eve, when
for me, the best example.
Let me just bring in that analogy there quickly. Not an analogy, but the fact is, as it is written in the Bible, that Eve was able to outsmart Adam, and this is why he ate the fruit. And then there was the Samson, the story of Samson and Delilah, that she was able to outsmart Samson, and eventually Samson said his secret. He gave out his trade secret, so to speak, how he was so strong. You know, yet anyway, go on. I'll give further examples, but go on. And this is the same thing for Monica Lewinsky and Clinton.
I would like to think women, especially in St. Lucia, are branded as intelligent. We are the intellectual identification of this island. I'm boldly making that.
So that is why you have more women in the banking sector, in the medical profession.
Just speaking to women
sectors.
Generally, based on my experiences with the other gender, with men. Do you know that a man is quickly going to look and be entranced by a young woman who is independent, as opposed to one who is codependent? And what has happened, what I've noticed with respect to the performance, again, going back to the performance of the United Workers' Party, women have long been disregarded and been relegated to kitchen status and household status. That is no more.
I think they have fought back very, very aggressively.
Yes. And they have stamped their presence nicely. So when you look at a government and, when you look at the government of the United Workers' Party having to facilitate young persons, myself as a prime example, when I walk around, whether I'm in a suit or anything, jeans or whatever, people see an independent young lady. And I must say, and I must brand myself proudly as a product of the United Workers' Party. I have been facilitated, and I am not the only young woman who has been facilitated to be independent. And I do encourage other young women to do the right thing, to do the best thing, which is to support the United Workers' Party. When you have leaders like Auntie Gail, when you have persons like Senator Belrose, Senator Polius,
giving them the bell,
Minister Flood Boburn, you understand? These are Mary Isaac. These are wonderful examples.
President of the Senate.
Yes, the President of the Senate.
Yes, indeed.
Lady Raquel, First Lady Raquel. Brilliant examples of women who are doing well.
Nancy Charles.
Nancy Charles. Brilliant women who are doing well. Yes, in St. Lucia.
MacDonald.
Nicole MacDonald. Danielle Dubois. Beautiful women, yes. Indeed. And we are not the only ones. This government has catered to the masses with respect to the female gender. And I encourage young women who are listening. In my community, I'm known as a sweetheart. And not because I was a pageant chaperone or judge or whatever.
Leon Theatre John.
Yes, I appeal to young women, and they look up to me as a prime example. And I must say that you don't necessarily have to give your life to politics and politicians, but you need to follow prime examples.
Fantastic.
And if I am to encourage any young woman to support a party, especially in this political season, it has to be the United Workers' Party.
Absolutely.
So when you see me walking on the street in my sharp suit and stuff, this is indeed the work of the United Workers' Party. I am living proof of the competence of the United Workers' Party.
And I give you the kudos and the bell and the thumbs up. And if I had my toes, if I could have showed it, I would have seen toes up as well.
I am a compliment in the flesh of the United Workers' Party.
So we're seeing the ratio of women in terms of the United Workers' Party women compared to the other sides. How many do we have? We have, at this time, I think we have, the ratio is almost 2 to 1 thereabout, I think, in terms of women candidates, because the other side has, if I can, 1, 2, yes, I think it is 2 of them on the other side, and whereas we have 1, 2, 3 on our side, so it's almost balanced. Almost balanced.
But with respect to actually creating, not that this is what we're doing, a comparison, what I'm saying is to young women, what I'm trying to do is to appeal to them to make the best decision come election day. You elect a government that is going to do the very best for you. Because again, I draw back to my story. Everyone knows me. Everybody knows of my capability, what I've done in my community. And based on experience with politics and politicians, I am only now starting to have persons understand my purpose in being a proud representative of the United Workers' Party.
Fantastic.
Because before we won the general election, I was severely victimized.
Wow.
Severely. Wow. And I did not necessarily have a political voice, so to speak. I was just active in my community. I chose to do the right thing on election day, which is support the United Workers' Party. And this has been the result.
The right for anyone to associate whatever they want to associate. Our constitution guarantees us that right.
Yes, it does.
You know, political, religious affiliation, wherever you want to, but some people like you, as you mentioned, got yourself victimized. And we will talk about that a little later in the program. Right now it's quarter to 2, 1:45, 13:45, and this is South of the Island. Heard every Thursday right here on Sky 93.1 FM. And on top of the hour, as we said, we've changed the format slightly, folks, just to allow our co-hosts and our guests to really talk about the issue at hand. And on top of the hour, at 2 p.m., we will open up the phone lines where you can call us at 4560931 or 4850931. South of the Island. Good every day. I'm almost saying every day.
Every day that is a Thursday.
Every day that is a
every
Thursday.
Day
Thank
that
you
is
very
a
much.
Thursday.
Smack your woman. And then you can reach us here or on GVD TV, as you can see on the screen right there, it's showing GVD TV. You can reach us. See who is Vincent London. Put a face to the name. And any guest that I have, see who is Diana Williams. You could put a face to her name as well. And any guest that we have in studio. So we hope to exchange and interact with you via these mediums. And also remember, we're on Facebook. And that's on the UWP Facebook Live page. Fantastic. Bossa, talk to us about you as a young man again from the community of Viewfort North. Your district reps now and before. Tell me again, are the young people in this constituency, are they satisfied with the work that they have done? And you talking on behalf of young persons in that area.
Well, to be honest, I don't think there is any young person in Viewfort North who can put their hands together for any achievement, anything that have been done in Viewfort North. I think we in Viewfort North, we have been the crown or the pearl, how they say it.
The jewel in the crown of the St. Lucia Labour Party.
And with all that, there are some places that you can go, you can see some little things that the Labour people did for the district. But we have nothing whatsoever in Viewfort North.
Okay, so you want to mention the little things that you saw when you go around? Because I go around all the time. And I see the little things that you're talking about. if, for example, folks, Al and I are living in the same community, and Al is a supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party, and I am supporting the United Workers' Party, and they decide to build a concrete path or some concrete road, as they call it. When they reach Al's home, they do it. But if my house is immediately after Al's house, then they stop right there, and they continue on the other side, which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you building something, just build it regardless of who supports you or not.
What mess is that?
It is indeed it's phenomenal.
It's a mess.
Phenomenon.
I think I saw that
why do you do that? And that's what we're going.
Area, I think I saw something like that.
You don't do that.
To me, if you're doing a road, just do the road. At the end,
Completely.
everybody is passing the road.
Completely. Because Al, when you go to my store, what do you pay? Isn't it 12.5%?
Yes.
And then when it was 15%,
yes,
you pay the same thing.
Same thing.
So I on the other side who's supporting the United Workers' Party, it's the same thing. My tax rate and yours at the store is not different. It's the same thing.
Yep.
So I obviously expect you to continue the road to whatever level that it must be continued, because you don't pay a different share of tax than I do. Yep.
Yes, so we continuing. In Fifth North, there is a major thing that need to be done, and the ideas keep on coming up day upon day, day upon day. They say in the opposition, when they came into power, you guys fear she's too for this week. But I'm pleading, as I always say, I'm pleading to my people of Fifth North. I am truly and highly confident in, like my old friend will say, elected Vincent London.
There you go.
Yes, we just and as I made it clear to Vincent London, when we vote for you, and you come there, you do the same fair bagay too, we will vote you out the same way. I will be the first to campaign against you.
I say that to every single person. If I, Vincent London, have not learned almost half a century that nothing is being done in Vivourt North to the satisfaction of the constituents, and I come around and I'm begging you and asking you to vote me in, and then I fill in the same shoes of these people who have represented us, then you need to kick my butt out, not only out of Vivourt North, but out of St. Lucia as well.
Yep.
Because it will be a sad day that I get elected to serve the people in Parliament, on your behalf, Al, and all those 7,000 electors in Vivourt North, and then I come to Parliament and I just relax and fold my arms and cross my legs and say, oh, it's our seat, and so we need to do nothing in this area. This is not going to happen, my friend.
Yes, but
not at all.
I can assure you, Mr. Vincent London, young people in Vivourt North, trust me, we are very highly educated.
I know.
We're full of talent, potential, and I believe the young people is fed up. We have been taking Vivourt North for granted, one for too many times.
Dear friend, now we have been. It is too long. If you were born in 50 years ago, and you'd gone somewhere and you come back to Vivourt North, then you ask the same question, because there are people who left the constituency and have gone out and come back and they're asking the same question.
The same question.
When they go to Soufrière, and they can see the difference in Soufrière, when they go to Miku South, when they go to Ancillary Canneries, when they go to Grosley, they're asking, when they go to Suzel, they're asking the same question. How is it that these constituencies are moving and Vivourt North remains standstill?
And that's why I say to the people of Vivourt North, don't be afraid to come out. And there is no big campaign this coming election. You can support your party, but vote for Vincent London for a change.
I agree. Let me give you the bell for that again.
You can support your party, but
vote Vincent London.
As you can say,
beautifully said.
But I don't see how the the United Workers Party losing election. So when Vincent London win that seat, we'll see a change, just like you see in Soufrière. We can bring people into Vivourt North, the same paradise Soufrière have. Vivourt North have more. There is places where we can attract a lot of tourists. For instance, in Belleville, Greece, we have a cave in Vichy where people can even stay in the cave. You just need some serious attention. Not serious attention, so just a few attention.
Yes, so that's on the C tenet of my 5 tenets under the culture, because we want to have the culture as an economic activity in Vivourt North. And obviously what we want to do is to inculcate our culture into village tourism, so that when these massive cruise ships will be in the harbor down at the cruise ship terminal in Viewfort, that you and I, Al, and whoever desires can form companies to sell tours to these cruise ship companies.
Yes.
And they will come through to Opicon, up to Piero, you know, as you said, VJ, Kako, those who wish to continue and go up to Bellevue, Laros and Jew and all of that, then go up to the waterfall. The rainforest is right there.
And
The
I wouldn't forget,
you know, the plants, the flora and fauna, then go down through to Joie waterfront, you know, then up to Grace, go back down through to the docks and take the ship and leave at 6 p.m. or whatever time that they decide.
And I wouldn't forget to mention the old sugar mill in Vigia as well. All the plenty still, all those things attract tourists.
Indeed.
And superstar tourists. So you can see that movie can be done there. We have everything in Vivo. Just that we have not been getting the support we're supposed to.
We
get.
lack leadership in Viewfort North. Someone who knows about these things and want to push them.
Yes, we cannot
and
have.
This is where Vincent London is going to come in as a different candidate altogether. Totally, a 360 degrees difference. You know, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I cannot come in as your district representative and expect to carry on as, is it Patrice Roberts that sings the song, carry on, carry on? No, that's right. This is not what is going to happen. It's going to be a 360 degrees turn in terms of leadership. And it starts with the people who's living down in Opicon and Piero, where you live on government land or rural lands and so on, and you have your beautiful house, but you do not have a title deed. You do not have a block and parcel number. Vincent London is coming in to change that. It starts with our playing field in Viewfort North, in Grace, in VJ, in Piero, in Bellevue, in Moncan. These will be looked at finally to really take care of these playing fields. It starts with our farmers, our fishermen, our fisher folks and so on. It starts with those who are into education. It starts with those who are into sports. All of these issues will be addressed by a new district rep for a new Viewfort North, and that is Vincent London. So that's why I'm asking people for their votes. You know, that's why I'm coming in to represent them properly. As those who have been there have failed us miserably, and you in Viewfort North, you cannot continue to give them the opportunity to do so. In fact, they don't call it an opportunity. You know what they call it? A chance. That is playing with your votes. It's not national lotteries. You know, it's not Pokina and brags and stuff like that. It is a serious issue. And when Vincent London comes in, then we will move on. We will take Viewfort North to the levels that it should have always been, that it should have always been given, to take it to prominence and beyond that. So, Al, tell them what you've seen as you have left Viewfort North. You've lived in Auger. Where else have you lived in?
All over St. Lucia.
Yes. Now, compared to these communities, what is it like to live in Viewfort North compared to, and I know you've said certain things there, but continue by describing your life in Viewfort North.
To live in Viewfort North, it's great. But right now, for the past years, for the past decades, the thing that burdened me the most, Mr. Vincent London, there is place for improvement.
Right.
And we are not getting that. We have not been represented the way we're supposed to be.
And some of these areas are where? Areas of improvement.
We are, okay, let's say VJ, we have plenty land in VJ. We have places in Piero. Bellevue have a lot of potential. Bellevue is the capital of St. Lucia.
The cultural capital, you mean?
Yeah, the whole capital, cultural, everything.
People say Cash
is the capital. To be Bellevue is everything, because you can get everything all in one in Bellevue.
Really?
The only thing Bellevue missing to me is a permanent playing field. If Bellevue can get that, trust me.
Well, there is a permanent playing field. It's just that it's not up to side. The standard.
That's why I don't call it permanent.
Okay.
Yes, we need a permanent playing field. That's one of the things. When you win, I know what communicate the parties, but Vincent again, because the kind of new votes we see that come in, there's like a ring bell, it's like a ring bell. But I'm telling my people of Viewfort North, just bear with us still. Election, I don't believe it's too far away. keep on making them, keep on invite a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that we go in London. As I tell you, you can support your party, but vote for Vincent London. We need a change in Beaufort North. Et si Vincent London pas fait change là, nous mettez là pour faire, nous ka voter, nous ka vivre, nous ka tell nous ka vivre en sur les choix.
And Al, you are perfectly right, because I will be the first person to tell you, if I do not deliver as a candidate, if I don't perform, you know, if you send me there and I go and waste your time and your vote, then it's not worth it at all. And so I'm asking you to consider where you're going to vote this election, and so do the right thing by voting Vincent London and the United Workers' Party in office. 3 minutes into 2, and so we will be starting our calls on top of the hour. So I know we have a call already, but just give us about 2 minutes and you should be able to call us as soon as possible. Call us on top of the hour, please. So my co-host, Miss Williams, there was some flooding in Dennery South today. Is everything under control in the constituency?
I'm happy to report that it is, because we're now undergoing a flood mitigation project, and the project is at 30%. It's not yet all complete.
I see.
But even with the little headway that we're making, the water, as we have noticed, as soon as the rain stops.
Let me just ask this call again to please give us a minute and a few seconds more, and then we will take you. So bear with us. Hang up for the moment, because we have to continue until the top of the hour. Thanks. Yeah, go ahead.
The water recedes as soon as it stops.
Oh, it has receded.
Yes. So it goes to show how effective,
even at 30%.
Yeah, at 30% the project is. So I would like to thank the persons of Dennery South for being so cooperative, for being so understanding. I would like to thank the parliamentary rep, Honorable Edmund Estefan, for finally, well, not finally, but for always having had this project in mind and to actually get it done.
Yeah, so he didn't
work to get it done.
He didn't do that for the United Workers' Party people only.
He did it for the persons of Dennery South as an entirety.
And I want you to let St. Lucians know that the flood mitigation projects in Dennery South was not intended for only
the United Workers' Party.
It was not done only near houses of United Workers' Party people. Because it was done for SLP, UWP, no LP, every single person.
Most importantly, Este's slogan stands out.
Este for all.
Because it's Este for all.
Good.
So I would like to reach out and thank persons in my community for being so understanding and for just sticking in there. And yeah, we're doing good. I would like to thank the contractor, Mr. Lynch. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the relief. And yeah, we're doing well thus far.
Fantastic.
As opposed to many other years where it was terrible.
Well done, Este. Well done, Honorable
very well
Estefan.
done indeed.
Well done to you and your constituents and the contractor. What's his name?
Mr. Collins
All right,
Lynch.
Mr. Lynch. I'm giving you the bell.
This project in itself is just one of the reasons that we are going to re-elect Honorable Estefan. So at this given point, just allow me just a little to send out this message. As for Dennery South, with respect to the voter base, persons who support the United Workers' Party are not loud. We are not synonymous with that kind of present behavior, like we're here and you're supposed to know that we're here. We're not known for that.
So it's the top of the hour and somebody's already calling. Thank you for calling. This is South of the Island. What's your contribution?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Mr. London, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I must say, I have monitored you in for a while, and I see you as a breath of fresh air for Beaufort North.
Thank you, sir.
In you, I see progress. I see good things for Beaufort North.
Thank you.
Presently, I look at Beaufort North as Rat Island. Nothing has been done there.
Whoa.
Okay? I am telling you, you can make it.
No doubt.
I don't see you as a quote-unquote just a UWP candidate. I see you as a man for Beaufort North,
Absolutely.
not for UWP.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
I am telling you, the onus is on you. Do not be afraid. Get up. Go to the people who don't support you, who are the FLP supporters, and present yourself to them as a man for Beaufort North and not for UWP.
Thank you.
That is what I see Beaufort is needed. I can see a difference in you in representing Beaufort North. Do not be afraid. Go to them, speak to them, embrace them, tell them it's not about you, it's not about UWP, it's about the constituency.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Something has to be done in Beaufort North. Beaufort North does not need change. Beaufort North needs proper representation.
Absolutely. Let me give you the bell on that, sir. Whoa, he doesn't even want to
My
ring.
brother, my
Thank you,
heart
sir.
goes out to you.
Appreciate it.
Do what you have to do. When I look at you, I think you have a good team around you, of persons around you.
Indeed.
And the difference in Beaufort North, the people that will make the difference in Beaufort North to make it happen is the youth.
Absolutely. We are.
The youth
we
need
are quite
somebody
aware
to
of that.
lead them
Yes.
in Beaufort North.
Yes.
Remember, every 5 years there's a new generation of voters.
Every.
Do what you have to do, my brother.
Thank you.
Do not be afraid.
I appreciate
Okay?
it, sir.
Do not be afraid.
Fantastic.
And can I ask a question? Who is this young lady? I just tuned in. I saw her. She's very articulate. Who is she?
Yeah, she is Diana Williams from Denver South. And let the cameras, the studio cameras, can you just tweak so that we can see? All right, here she is. Here she is. Are you viewing on TV as well?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Lady, all I can say to you is a very articulate person.
She is. She is.
Very, very, very articulate. And I look at you as candidate material.
Wow.
Do not do what you are doing.
Esther, don't be afraid, Esther. You're in good hands.
Not, because Esther cannot be there for
Forever, yeah.
the time will come when he has to go.
All
And I
right.
look at you as a good replacement for him
Wow.
when he exits. So keep on, stay focused, do what you did, believe in yourself.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
You look very confident.
Oh, thank you. Much
Have a blessed
appreciated.
day, people.
You as
Thank
well.
you, sir. Thank you for your contribution. Have a very good afternoon. And this is the eve of the weekend, so that we ask that you enjoy it. We have a call on our WhatsApp platform. Good afternoon, Mr. Cauldron. How are you, sir? I think it is you today. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Mr. London.
How are you, sir?
Parliamentary Rep for Port.
Thank you. Good afternoon. And let me just ask the call on the landline to hold on, please. Caller, I'm going to have you hold. Okay, you hang up. Go ahead, sir, with your contribution. How's it going? How is Delaware, by the way?
Delaware, it's raining. I'm under the weather, not feeling doctor today.
No. You said you are feeling sick or something?
Yeah, I'm under the weather today.
Wow.
Today, I go to the ER department emergency. But
Whoa.
I'm all right.
Whoa, anything severe? What happened? Okay.
Well, I'm just not feeling well.
You don't have to disclose
that.
that, you know. All right, agreed. But let's talk though. I'm glad that you are able to speak and you're able to contact us, so that's a good thing, and we hope that you get better very, very soon.
Yeah, I'll boss my friend.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, sir. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good program. I'm listening to you guys, and I must say, Miss Williams, you candidate material in the next 10 years. I hope to see you as a candidate in Denver South.
Yeah. Goodbye.
What I call to say is this, Mr. London. I've been listening to you, and I know you have a vision for Beaufort North. And I'll boss next to on your side, and Miss Williams, I know you're on the right track.
Indeed.
What I wanted to expound on what Miss Williams said, insofar as this government creating opportunities for young people, in like Al Boss himself, into setting up their small business. As you know, when this UWP government came into office, they set up what we called small loans, access to small loans at the Senatorial Development Bank at low interest rates, so that young people like Al Boss who want to be entrepreneurs, they have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And we take those things for granted because, when you give young people the opportunity to develop, they will seize on the opportunity. So juxtapose that to our like you said, Mr. Vincent, juxtapose that to our opponents, the Labour Party, where all they could have offered the young people was step program,
Yeah,
short-term employment,
correct.
paying them $20 a month, and there's no scope, there's no future.
Yes.
This
well said.
government is, like Miss Williams said, Diana said, and I agree with her 100%. This European government is creating opportunities for young people. Like I said, the access to small loans at the Senator Development Bank.
Yep.
You look at all the call centers around the country, the Ojo Labs, all these opportunities. It's get to us giving young people an opportunity to be self-sufficient. This government is not about giving people fish. It's about empowering young people,
Correct, sir.
giving them the opportunity to become self-sufficient. When I heard somebody saying on another program that the pandemic occurred and the government didn't care and whatever, that's not true. When the pandemic was, even before it went out well, it became a little concerning. Through the national insurance scheme operation,
Right.
the government assisted persons with something.
That's correct. And then Diana and I, we mentioned that earlier on in the program, that whilst they're touting or shouting, they're trying to shout at least, that the government did nothing in terms of assisting people, then we simply mentioned, look, the government used the NIC contributions to pay a number of people, even those who were unemployed, who had never contributed a cent towards the NIC. The government paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars from the NIC, loan from the NIC to pay people. So it is simply the propaganda of the Labour Party to continue to spread lies and mistruths and no truths, however you want to call it. But they are spin doctors in doing that. The modus operandi is to spin things as badly as possible, so at least that they try to get a vote or two. But we said that St. Lucians are smarter than that. St. Lucians are rising above all this rhetoric, political nonsense as I call it, and they will realize that the better people to govern this country is the United Workers' Party.
And add on to what you're saying, appeal to the young people in Beaufort North. You have two candidates. You have Moussa Jean-Baptiste, and you have Vincent London. Moussa Jean-Baptiste has been in Parliament, has been in government for at least 2 terms, if my memory serves me correct.
Yes, he has been.
And
This is
look around. It had to take this government to bring water to an area that haven't had pipe-on water for decades.
correct.
And if again, Moussa Jean-Baptiste has been in office for at least 2 terms. You're looking at 10 years.
Yes, sir.
So I'm appealing to the young people. I'm appealing to the constituents of Beaufort North. Please, this time around, for your community, for your self-development, vote Vincent London. I have full confidence. I'm endorsing Vincent London. And like Al said, if Vincent London gets into office and he doesn't live up to your expectations, you have an opportunity to vote him out. But as we stand, look at the 2 candidates before you. One with a failing grade, a failing track.
Did we miss you? I think we missed you. I'm so sorry, but we have another call. Let's go right to it. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir. Good
Hi.
afternoon, Mr. London. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Good to hear you. What's your contribution?
Good afternoon to you and your guests.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to tell the people of Beaufort North to go out and vote for you. Why? Because you have the vision. You've not even been elected and you're out on the ground doing work, doing the little that you can,
Indeed.
conversing and, trying to see what can be done. You're listening. And as you look genuine as to what you do. You're rather young compared to Moses, who has been there, and Kennedy Anthony, who has been there, not forgotten. the last time they lost the election, he resigned immediately.
Yes,
so
he did.
the young people need to understand that the St. Lucia Labour Party does not care about any young person. They don't care about themselves. And the United Workers' Party continue to involve the young people to bring forth the difference. So I just want to encourage everyone on election day to come out and vote for you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, my dear friend. And you have a blessed eve of the weekend as you head into this beautiful, beautiful Friday, Saturday, and Sunday following today. So have a good afternoon and thank you for calling. Folks, remember you can contact us right here on South of the Island, and the number is very simple. On your phone, you can dial for 560-931, and if you prefer to use your WhatsApp platform, it's 4850-931. You can interact with us right here on Sky 93.1 FM. We're also live on GVD TV and on the UWP Facebook page, so you have any and every means to contact us, and let's talk about the issues that are within your right to do. And I always say to people, listen, if you do not vote, then you cannot talk. Whatever happens, you have no say. But if you vote to retain, then you have a say. If you vote to remove, then you also have a say. And let me tell you something, my good friends, that your vote this election will be a vote to remove those who have been affecting and preventing our development and our forward movement. Let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to South of the Island. What's your contribution? Good afternoon. Are you there? All right. So you're shy, but hey, let someone else talk for you, or on your behalf. You can do that if you choose. Get a surrogate, because we'll be getting surrogates for elections as well. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. What's your contribution?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. Is this the show Events in London?
This is the South of the Island show with Vincent London and Diana Williams.
I'd like to pick up Al Prince, boss, on the live there.
Good. Yes, he's smiling. He's smiling from ear to ear. All right, so she just wanted to big up Al Prince on the UWP live Facebook page. And as well as you can see us live also on GVD, Great Vision Design. Yeah, there we go. Great Vision Design Television and Sky 93.1 FM. These days where everything is multicast and you can have so many different ways and mediums of getting to people. It's amazing. So Diana Williams, I always say to people that you need to do one of two things. The third option is not, is not one that I give to people, because I will need everyone to vote. Let's go to the phone lines. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show. What's your contribution? Good afternoon. Hi there. Good day to you. How are you today?
I want to big up Al.
Big up Al. Yes, he's smiling from ear to ear.
Very good job for the community of Vigier. Keep it up, Al. Love you. That's your cousin, and continue doing the good job you're doing.
All right.
Al, we love you. Bye-bye.
On behalf of Al.
And don't forget about the Vigier Road, Al. Don't forget your people in your community, Al. Remember them. Okay, Al?
All right.
Take care and bye-bye.
He said he remembers you every day, and so as long as you help him elect Vincent London, then the rules will be taken care of in a very short order. So that's what Al is saying to you.
I missed that call. I wonder what that call
1,000 people have been calling, and I just stepped out to the washroom, folks. So that's why he did respond almost immediately. But he's back, and your cousins have been calling, Al. They've been
my cousins
bigging up you. Yeah. And somebody asked you to remember the rules in Vigier. So I'm asking them to support Vincent London in sending him to Parliament along with Al, because Al obviously has purchased his ticket to London, as he's always been saying.
Passport London must
so therefore, you need to do the same thing. You need to tell your family members the same thing, so that we can get the right things that Vifortnov has been so long denied, almost half a century. And I was saying, Diana, a while ago that one of two things you do. The third option is really not a very good one. And the first one is to vote to remove. The second one is to vote to replace. And voting to remove the current district rep, and the second option is voting to replace him with Vincent London. Because I am the replacement. And that is the replacement that you're looking for. And the third option that I do not want to mention is you don't vote and you don't have a say. If you don't vote, then you do not have a say. Voting is absolutely important. And let's go to the phone lines and say good afternoon to you. Welcome to the program. How are you today? Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi there, sir. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. What's your contribution? I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, you made a significant point a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
You said we vote to remove
Yes, sir.
and replace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would go for every part of St. Lucia. Wherever district
absolutely.
reps have not
Every single
done,
one.
we vote to remove and to replace.
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with me?
I agree with you.
And it doesn't matter what side.
It doesn't matter if you're dissatisfied. You can do one of two things. You know, you vote to retain or you vote
I just
to
wanted to get
replace.
that. I just wanted to get that clear.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not advocating that people in the entirety of St. Lucia vote the United Workers' Party in every constituency.
Obviously,
you're saying that we should vote for proper representation.
Absolutely,
so if
sir.
what we have, if what we have is not doing it well for us, we vote to remove.
It is in your right.
Replace.
It is in your right to do so. It is in your right to do so. Obviously, I would
No,
love.
but you're advocating that. You're advocating that.
Yeah, well, yes, I'm advocating that. If you want me to say that, I'm
No,
advocating
let's
that.
get it straight.
So
You're
here's my point.
that
Here's
we
my point, sir.
remove and
One
replace
moment.
what is not good.
Here's my point. My point again, and I'm saying it succinctly, that you can do one of two things. You vote to remove and you vote to replace. So if you think that your district representative is, as in Vieux-Fort North, is not representing you properly, then you vote to remove and then to replace this individual. So it goes for everywhere else. Yes, of course, I am part of the United Workers' Party, and I'd love for every single one of our candidates to be performing as I see they are performing. You know, however, I do not live in Dennery South, for example, so those in Dennery South would have to make that own determination. So I think we are understanding each other on that level. That if you think your district rep, as the example that I gave, in Vieux-Fort North is non-performing, then you vote to get rid of him. You know, so if, for example, the person lives in Dennery South, you know, and let me just remove Dennery South, and let's say Dennery East. There's no Dennery East. So I'm just giving you this out of a fictional district or constituency. So if the person lives in Dennery East and doesn't think that that district rep there is performing, then that person has...
We don't have Dennery East.
Yeah, I'm fictional.
We don't have Dennery East. We have Dennery North.
But I will let my co-host...
Hi, caller. Good afternoon. How are you?
I will let my co-host continue and contribute as well.
Hi, caller. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm fine.
We have a call on the line there. So caller, please hold. Let me just put you on hold right there. Hold, please. Go ahead.
Okay, are you still here? Good afternoon.
The call on the phone, please hold, as we are on the landlines. So please hold.
Yes,
the call on the cell phone, please hold. And we're talking to the caller on the landline. I hope that makes sense. Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
All right.
So please don't waste your energy on this BS call. Thanks.
That is what you wanted to call to say?
That's all.
All right, well, thanks for your contribution. Have a good day. All right, so we have a caller on the landline. Let's continue with you, sir. Intelligent conversation.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you still with us?
Yeah.
I'm still with you.
Okay, thank you for your patience.
Now, you see, that is where I hate politics a lot.
Don't, sir. This program is different.
It divides us, right? Two people would be living together in the States. One is Democrat, one is Republican. They're husband and wife.
Indeed.
And they sleep together. But in St. Lucia, we actually hate each other because here I am making a contribution and somebody else is going.
A very good contribution, by the way, I might add, sir.
Yes, so I'm saying I am very happy with the point that you made that wherever you are living in St. Lucia, if your district rep has not lived up to that expectation,
hold them accountable.
You go out and you remove and you replace.
Hold them accountable.
Hold them accountable.
That is right, sir.
Yes, and I have not heard this. I have not heard this from many people, and I appreciate you making that contribution. It means that you're not saying, okay, that I am on this side and everybody on this side has done perfectly well.
Not Vincent London.
And what I hate about politics again, I don't want anybody to tell me that Alan Chasney has done absolutely nothing that is worthy of a thumbs up. And I don't want anybody to tell me that Kenny has done nothing that is worthy of a thumbs up. Both of them have done things that are worthy of getting the clap. You understand me?
Yeah, they
and
come
both
from
of them they have done things that are worthy of saying, no, we are not going
their
to stand
political ideology is different. It's like night and day. They have different ways of approaching things and so on. But I can tell you as a politician that I see the great things that our current Prime Minister is doing, that I want him to continue by all means. And I have also seen very good things that the former Prime Minister has done also. So I want to be the very objective type politician, to say it as it is. I think largely what we have failed to do on this beautiful island is to hold our politicians accountable. And so this is why I'm saying again,
that's what we should start doing.
And this is why I'm saying again, you can do one of two things. That's correct. In particular, when you look at a seat like the Viewfort North seat, where almost half a century, you have the Labour Party representing us up there. And we have not held them accountable, not for one issue. In fact, when you question them on some issues, they get upset with you, and right away they put you in the bracket to say that you flambeau and so on, or you anti-Labour and so on and so forth. So I'm saying to people, you do one of two things. If you are dissatisfied with the representation of your district rep, you do one of two things. Hold our politicians accountable. You vote to retain, or you vote to remove.
You share that as it relates to Viewfort North.
I do.
Now,
and when I will be elected,
I would say from Miku North, the very same thing you say that obtains in Viewfort North is the very same thing that obtains in Miku North.
All right.
For almost half a century, for more than half a century, we have been loyal when everybody else in St. Lucia, changed their mind about the United Workers' Party. We in Miku North stayed true to the poll.
Right.
You understand me? We stayed true. And we can say this very same thing for almost half a century. We have little to show.
Right.
But you take care of yourself.
All right, sir. Thanks for calling. I appreciate your call. Thank you. And then we have to be objective in our programs, folks. We cannot allow just one voice to speak. We need to hear both sides of the divide. When we go out canvassing, we want to hear both sides. So it's the same thing once we're on this program. I encourage the other side to call as well. We need both sides of the argument.
If you permit me, Mr. London.
Just one sec, Princess Diana. We have a call there I want to take, and then do not lose your train of thought. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Brother London.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Let me see. There, right? I am in between 1,000 calls, so the person on the landline, please hold. Let me get Brother Willie's contribution. Go ahead, Brother Willie.
Yeah, and good afternoon to your guests as well.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, and let me commend you for being brave in this weather to come on the studio there this afternoon.
God is good.
Because as we know well, it has been raining throughout the night, and but I give a little break for now.
Yeah.
I went to the Fonatendel area. I don't think you could not be able to have access there this morning.
Right.
Because the work that was happening on that bridge there is being messed up. The river went with that.
Oh, wow. Wow. So there's no temporary crossing at this time.
they were working on the bypass, but I'm not too sure how they're going to get that, and because it's a mess.
Oh,
The guys that already set up their steel and to start casting, but then the river went with that.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
And then the bypass is compromised. So then by VJ, I pass by VJ. So then if you did not want to pass the highway, you can pass in VJ, VJ Kako.
I see. Wow.
Yeah, so I can report that, like I was on another program, Newspin, and report that as well. So persons who have traversed between the resort to Viewfort North, it is not accepted for now.
All right. Thank you for telling us. Thank you for informing us.
Due to the overnight rain and early morning shower, which create a heavy downpour and mess up everything on that particular project there. Brother London, briefly, let me just speed up things quickly. I am still focusing on what happened in the church. As we know, we had an incident that took place, and I grew up in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And I'm getting a terrible feedback coming from you there every time I'm talking. I don't know how.
No, we're hearing you loud. We're hearing you loud and clear. We don't have any feedback whatsoever.
There's something every time I talk, like my voice.
If your phone is like mine, probably yours is tapped, because I was told mine is tapped. So sometimes when I'm speaking with people, they are hearing a terrible feedback, or I sound so distant.
Anyway,
in any event, go right.
Anyway, all right, well, now it's good there now. I am saying, I brought up in a Seventh-day Adventist church, and I think a lot of persons are having some 20-something years in that church. And then I want to say to let me give my piece on that thing, that everybody make mistakes, because the Bible said, for we all have
seen and come short of the glory of God.
And come short, in the glory of God.
Yes, indeed.
But then the thing, what I want to say there on that particular incident, I am waiting, and like I said this morning, and I'm hoping that all religious denomination, whether you are Seventh-day Adventist, Evangelical, Catholic, Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witnesses, Anglican Church, I am waiting to hear a strong condemnation on that particular incident that took place in the church. There is a particular gentleman who always is a pastor of the Pentecostal church. That's the Victory Pentecostal Church.
Yeah.
And he's a very vocal person when it's come to comment of this nature. And he's also commented, he do say sometimes certain things on politics. Now, I was expecting to hear his views on that incident. You see? Because as we know, that incident disturbed a church. The persons were dramatized as to what happened, and then people were surprised. And I am saying, up to now, I have not heard any justification as to whether that what happened in the church was justified, whether it was the right thing to do, or it was like somebody that was uncontrollable, mind was uncontrollable.
Right.
So the person could not handle whatever that they have, or ego or whatever. But then, again, it shows that politicians, again...
Are you there? All right, I think we lost you. Somehow we lost you. I'm sorry about that. So you can maybe call a little later on. Good afternoon to you, everybody. I think we are back on with the phone. Let's see. Good afternoon to you. What's your contribution? Welcome to the show. Good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good day, sir. Welcome.
Good afternoon to your guests.
Good afternoon, sir.
I just want to make a comment on your caller before the last.
All right, go on.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear.
You let him get away because what he was saying, and he got through to you that since you said that the parliamentary representative of Viewport didn't perform.
I know. I know.
Then he ended up by saying
The rep for
it is so
Mikunov.
in Mikunov.
Yeah. I read that.
You should have realized that is what he was coming to, but I don't know what constituency he would have tackled.
Right. Yeah.
So, I'm telling you, you have to be careful with them. Some of them are coming smart, some of them are making statements, and they are pretending to be supporters of UWP. When they make some comments, they're trying to twist it, trying to use reverse psychology. So I'm just telling you, be careful.
Well, I'll tell you what, caller. I mean, I am one who like to hear a different view. I love to hear, because I think if we keep on getting calls here and every day we get the sweet things and the nice things and so on, this is really not a measure of how successful we will be. You need to hear the criticism. I think the caller was on point, and I'm repeating again, if your district representative is not, and I'm not talking against my party, obviously not. No, I'm saying, one sec caller, I'm saying if you're dissatisfied with the representation of your district rep, your civic duty and your responsibility is to do one of two things. You vote to either remove or retain. And it goes to both sides of the political divide. And in our case, Vifortnov is a prime example. So if the caller thought that his constituency falls into that category, I think he too have a right to. And I love Auntie Gail, my mentor, and I think she has done a wonderful and fantastic job in the Mikunov constituency, and obviously she will be voted back in office come the next election. But I still like to hear from the other side what they have to say.
Could I
go ahead, sir.
I'm not telling you no, but if you think Auntie Gail have been doing so well, and his point of view is not, I think you should engage him in this respect.
All right. I should disengage him, you're saying?
You should engage him.
Oh, engage him in this respect. Okay, I should have asked him a few questions about, okay. There you go.
He is
agreed.
part of your team.
Yeah.
Has not performed.
Yes.
She has performed.
That is true. And I missed that little portion there. I really thank you for that.
Okay.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Thank you. And that is why I'm saying, people, we have to hold our politicians accountable. You see how this gentleman is already holding me accountable, Al?
Yep.
That is what I'm talking about. Hold our politicians accountable. And the next time he calls, I will be challenging him or whoever else calls. Let's go to the phone line. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to South of the Island. What's your contribution?
Hi, good day, sir. Regarding the statement that you're making, a lot of persons are going to contradict the statement as to you vote to retain or you vote to remove. This is something that everyone is going to look at throughout St. Lucia as to the different constituencies. Not saying that you cannot openly make this statement.
Wait one sec. Let me allow this other caller to hold. Hold, please. Or the call on the landline. Then let's go on with your contribution. Go on, man.
So yes, I'm stating that it's not something that you cannot state because it's your opinion as to your motive, your drive. But a lot of persons are going to
misconstrue
statement, right? But be clear, because at the end of the day that we are running a united workers camp, and you may have your own way of going and get your votes, and you could articulate that maybe in your constituency because nothing much has happened in Beaufort North. However, you know how these people would go about recording and taping and taking each word and getting the definition and try to do so much with that statement. So I just want to encourage you to be careful, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be speaking neutral. I understand the persons who really want to bring SLP in, their minds has been made up. But right now, I believe we should just continue encouraging persons to stand united. And see these big words that we use or slogans that we use, they will take it and turn it around and say, Vincent London. We are running a United Workers Party. We are supporting you as young people, and we do not want that halikase when Labour take their recording and do what they want and say. The fact of giving people the opportunity to make a decision, the decision is clear. We are working, we are continuing to work, and the fact of if for instance, the caller used Auntie Gail, Auntie Gail is losing out or doing something that is, for whatever reason, that has not been done, or you've been committed to Auntie Gail. Every house, every school, every child has an opportunity to expand on their opportunities. So we work with what we know rather than making a change. But when you say, I'm going to vote, like say this guy that is coming up, he has no vision, he has no plan. Right now he's creating chaos in the constituency. He's very young. I'm not saying he's not intelligent, but what exactly are you doing? What have you done to show? So we need to be careful.
Yeah.
While we are united,
I want you to once a caller. I want you to see the opponent of Dr. Gail Rigobert. I want you to say that you're referring to her opponent as before people think you're talking about me. So I want you to make it clear that you're referring to the opponent of Dr. Gail Rigobert.
I'm making the statement regarding the opponent.
There you go.
Regarding, So at the end of the day, we just need to be careful as to what we say, because I was looking at some Christopher Hunting, and it's amazing to see how these people take recording. They go to their Facebook profile, they hack onto the youth, they try to understand everything they do. As long as they identify your voice, they get into your living room. They
psychological warfare
from you. So at the end of the day, we need to be careful. We need to shape ourselves. As long as we on social media, cover ourselves and say what is right and preach what we want. The fact clear. I am Vincent London. I want you to vote for me. Nothing about if you believe you want to change or retain. I don't have that to say. Vote for me. Let them come up with their slogan to figure out how they could ask the young people to vote for them. The choice is clear. I am on board with the right set of people. I am going to do what you ask of me. If I don't deliver to you, then fine. But I am not telling you if you believe Musa should stay or that. No. That is contradicting.
Well, I think, caller, that I said it very clearly, as in the case, and I think I said that about 2 or 3 times. Wait. I think I said that about 3 times, that as in the case in Vieux-Fort North. I said that about 3 times, as in the case in Vieux-Fort North, where we have a non-performing candidate that the obvious choice is to remove. To remove and to remove again and to remove. But as I said, the caller lives in Miku North, and I'm very glad that you're calling, because obviously it appears that you are from that same constituency and that you could see for yourself what Auntie Gail has done. So therefore, I am very glad that your consenting voice is against his dissenting voice. So I appreciate that you're calling to set the record straight.
So we just
Absolutely.
We just want to be clear. I am not for your slogan. I'm telling you straight. I am going to speak what I want. Like
Wait. Let's establish that. You're not for what slogan?
As to you vote.
No, this is not a slogan, my dear. Vincent, no. I think you coined it wrongly. Here is what it is. What Vincent London is all about: a new district rep for a new Vieux-Fort North, and that is further captured in this one that is very popular around the island. London, we going. Let's get that right.
So
right, caller, excellent. So there's nothing about this. This is not it. No. This doesn't come anywhere in my slogan at all. All
right, caller, without cutting the short, I believe what Mr. Vincent London said, it's clear enough, and I believe that when you're speaking that you are a member of the United Workers Party, a strong supporter.
And thank you for that.
And for a fact that all our elected candidates...
Let me ask the caller on the landline to hold, please. Hold, please. Call on the landline.
And all our elected candidates have worked, so there's nothing wrong. I find there's nothing wrong Mr. Vincent said, because we know for a fact Gail, Dominic Fede, all of them, they have proven a point. So we as Flambeau should not take that wrong, because there's no way we're going to vote those people out, because they are proven.
I am not saying what you said. I will take it wrong. The caller that called.
The caller have a right to share their view.
They spin caller, and you know how they spin. Let me just give you an example. You see what happened in the church, and I didn't want to go there because I think this is already beaten to a pulp, and I didn't really want to go there. But the video that Norbert Williams played on his program, you know what they did with it? They have taken it and they have put at the end of it Thank you, Mr. Norbert Williams, for showing us how I do not want to mention the name of the candidate, and how this candidate really felt. So they will take anything and spin it in the way they are masters of that. You know, and then we have to, we are all very mindful. We are all very mindful of that.
Super Hunt program, we're able to access buildings and show how this one is best. Like, it's too much.
Yeah. The psychological
and whether you cannot
warfare.
endure that no more. These people are trying too much. They're trying too hard. They're a bunch of negative
losers.
People. They have contributed.
They failed. Absolutely.
But they need to understand we cannot take a change right now in this pandemic. The men and women that we have on the United Workers' Party who has worked at commencing
well said.
We don't need a change right now. We don't need a change. Right now, we just need to win all 17 seats right now.
Absolutely. Hey, here you go. The bell. You get the bell.
But Kola, in saying that, I hope you're, as you can read one of my songs, I hope your passport stop already. Your passport London
I have a song as well. I'll have to find your information and we will continue to that song. I have a song as well.
Excellent.
I might take you to sing that song.
Okay, well, let me give you, you can just take my number of 724-0049.
724-0049.
and just message me and we'll make more songs, man.
Okay. So here's what I have. Before you hang up, caller, I need you. Let me send an official invitation because we need young voices like you on this program. I think we need, and especially the fact that you are part of South of the Island. I think you need to consider coming on board and make an appearance, and let's have a great program, especially from a young female voice like yourself. How about that? How does that sound? Consider it, and you can let me know at 727-3373. You can send me a WhatsApp, and then we could talk from there. How about that?
No problem.
All right, fantastic.
London Kingdom.
We are appreciative of those wonderful call. Wonderful young person calling. I think we still have the person on the landline. Good afternoon. Thank you for holding. I hope we still have you there. Thank you for holding.
Yes, Mr. London.
Excellent.
I was really enjoying the show. Really enjoying the show. Not too often I do these. You understand me? And I was really admiring you as a young individual.
Thank you.
But I just felt the compunction to call back the show.
All right.
Based on the contribution that this caller just made, and she doesn't even realize that in her quest that she is putting a young person like you under the bus.
How come?
When she says that Mr. Norbert is young. No, young person do not need tokenism.
Okay.
They need to sit. They need their place at the table. The policy makers do not just have to make policies and hand it down to the young people. The young people should be part of the policy making because these policies affect their lives. You understand me?
Got you.
And I'm saying to you again, the statement that you made, it does not matter how anybody takes the statement. They can misconstrue, they can do whatever they want to do with it. But you have spoken fairly well. You've spoken the fact, and anybody can take it and do whatever they wish. But at the end of the day, you've made a statement that is a valuable statement.
All right. So thank you for that.
Do not allow anybody just on the basis of wanting to win to tell you that the statement was you should not have made the statement. You made an intelligent statement that intelligent young people of this island, whether it be Miku North, Miku South, Beaufort North, Beaufort South, and Surrey County, every young person should make that intelligent decision that you have.
Here's what, and I'm so glad that you called back because I get a chance to question you on certain issues. And since you're expressing this way about the honorable parliamentary representative for Miku North, what are some of the issues that you think has not been done because you compared it to Beaufort North, and that's a fair comparison
Listen to
in
me.
terms of representation?
I was not saying anything about the current district rep.
Okay.
What I was saying is you alluded to the fact that for more than half a century that your constituency has been neglected.
Cool.
You understand me?
Got you.
And that is basically what I was saying.
All right.
For more than half a century,
Fantastic.
Miku was still the second poorest constituency
so in other words,
in St. Lucia.
In other words, you're not saying that there is non-performance in Miku North. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying there is either. What I'm saying is, for more than half a century,
you like Switzerland, neutral.
Listen to me. In the time when banana was green gold, right? Miku people were able to build their homes, send their children to school, and all of that. Since banana is absolutely nothing as far as I'm concerned right now, they've advised everybody from a very long time. Sir John was saying that we need to diversify, right? What is in place for those farmers in Miku North, or farmers in St. Lucia for that matter, who do not have bananas but they have other crops? What is in place for them? And then somebody called and said that this administration does not give people the fish, they teach you how to fish. You understand me? But the farmers cannot say so much. The farmers cannot say so much. We did not benefit from from whatever package that they had. And you would recall.
All right. So I leave, and then, okay, here's a chance for you to listen to me now, because you asked me to listen to you, and I did for a few moments. So if the farmers did not benefit from the administration when Sir John was in office, how is it that the houses were improved?
No.
Listen, one sec.
No, let's get it straight. I'm talking about the farmers in this present time under this pandemic.
I hear you. I heard you.
Yeah.
But then I am going back to the fact, because foundation is absolutely important. When we have to look at things, we must look at it in the context of foundation. And I believe there's a fairly good foundation created when Sir John was in office, and this is being built upon. Some people came in and they didn't continue because Sir John could not have done every single thing. He passed on the baton. So others who came in, a la SLP, a la UWP, should have continued by doing certain things to get the farmers where you are now talking about. So it would have been in the interest of every St. Lucian if they saw the deficiencies that you claiming that there's no insurance for farmers, and at the time somebody should have continued and pushed for this kind of thing, because Sir John could not have been in office forever, and I believe it was the right of any other administration who came in succeeding Sir John's time to push for this kind of advancement for the people of St. Lucia. And I think, but I know that is where this administration is going. It may not necessarily be. One sec. It may not be necessary in terms of bananas, because we know where that went when the SLP came in, that they've privatized this thing, and this thing became a mess. But you are hearing this government talking about health insurance and insurance a lot of the time, pushing for that. So I think this administration is moving towards getting there. Rome was not built in a day. It will not happen overnight. But this administration is already laying the foundations to get us to that level, and they will in the new term.
Okay, what I was saying, Mr. London, it is not about insurance or anything of that nature. What I was talking about is somebody said that you teach somebody to fish, you don't give that person a fish. Right. And that the person can boast that there was packages for persons who didn't even pay NIC. What I'm saying is, did the farmers from Miku North benefited from that? No, we did not benefit from that. We were left to still fend for ourselves. In spite there is a pandemic, and up till now, we are still fending for ourselves without getting anything from the government. Nothing whatsoever.
So no farmer,
I can attest to
that. Farmer in Miku benefited from any of the programs during the beginning of the pandemic. None. You tell me absolutely no farmer, because
not one that I know around me.
Maybe you don't know them, but then there are farmers who benefited.
No, I'm telling you. I'm not a fly-by-night farmer.
Okay.
I am not a fly-by-night farmer. I am one of the prominent farmers in this constituency, right? And I liaise with a lot of the farmers in this constituency who will tell you that we got nothing, because listen to me, you know what the Minister of Agriculture said? That farmers are not able to handle $1,500 because you can mal dépenser, you can mal travail.
Which Minister for Agriculture that said this? Which Minister for Agriculture that said this?
Present Minister for Agriculture.
Well, I didn't hear anything like that, so I cannot confirm this.
No, Mr. London, Mr. London, let's be fair. If you want, I can send you the clip.
All right.
If I get your personal number, I'm going to send you that clip.
727-3373.
The Minister for Agriculture said that farmers cannot handle $1,500.
You know, let me just say this to you: 727-3373, because there's a lot of things that we take out of 727.
Let me get that. Let me get that.
727 3373. Because you see, you see what is we take a lot of things and we spin it out of context a lot, caller. And I'll tell you why I say that. No. Let me. One sec, caller. 1 second. Yeah. Please allow me. You know, because what we do is that in the context of what the Minister for Agriculture, and I have not heard the statement, so therefore I cannot corroborate or deny or condone or anything like that. What we do here, and I know this is something that we enjoy doing, and the major networks do it. When I say major networks, a la CNN and Fox and so on, they do this kind of thing, where we take a little part of an entire statement, and we edit it so so nicely that we play it as if this is the truth coming from a minister or a president or a prime minister, whereas this thing was said in a context of another issue. And I know that they do that to our honorable prime minister all the time, based on his pronouncements that they take and they edited it out so nicely. I have been a victim to that, and I can give you the example if you would have had time today. That I made a statement about the dispensers when a certain district rep went outside of his constituency and had it installed in another person's constituency. And I was saying that charity began at home. And I was saying also that it is a good thing to see the district rep is doing what the government has always been preaching. You know, and I went on the news, on one of the news, and they edited this out so nicely. And they made it seem as if I was criticizing the fact that he brought this thing to somebody else's constituencies, whereas, you know, it's COVID and everybody should be doing this and doing that. The thing I was trying to highlight is, again, misrepresentation in that charity began at home. It is a good thing you're doing it in somebody else's constituency, but it should have begun in your own constituency. Why? Because we have bus shelters too. Why? Because people bought buses in Bellevue, in Mont Cayenne, in Grace, in Pierrot, in Kako, and all these places have bus shelters. And that was simply what I was saying. But as crafty as the news networks are, they edited this out completely, and they made it sound as if I was saying it's a horrible thing, that he shouldn't have done that. So I know about these things, my brother. You know, my good friend, my, you know, whatever adjective. You know, but I know about these issues, and so I know people can be very crafty when they want to make something that was said. They can take it out of context and spin it, and the Labour Party is very good at doing that.
The solutions are good at doing that, Mr.
All right, if you say so.
Solutions are very good at doing that.
If you say so, but my co-host want to engage you for a moment there.
You spoke a lot about it, but I will send you the clip after you would have listened to the clip, because I don't believe in misrepresenting anybody.
Okay,
you understand me?
Cool.
I believe, and that is why I tell you I hate politics.
No, and here's a chance. I love this call. I love this call. I love this call that you and I are having this excellent conversation, because it gave me a chance.
We went to school together, you know.
Oh, we did.
You went to Mikusek?
No, I didn't.
You went to
Beaufort Compre, yes, correct.
Okay.
My son
but I know Al very well. We play cricket together.
All right, cool.
So I wonder who's that person talking there.
So
don't mention my name, Al, please.
No, I try to get the voice.
So here's what. Let me just engage you for a little more, because I know I have a ton of callers remaining there. But I just want to, you see, a voice like yours, and these are the people that needs to come on board and stop standing on the sidelines and so on. I don't know how deep you are involved, but you know, it's voices like yours. These are the kind of progress that we're looking for on this island, you know, and get to the people that have influence. Auntie Gail, these are people who are progressive thinking people. You know, you should be coming around people like her and move your constituency and St. Lucia by extension forward. Because I believe you have brilliant ideas, sir. You are a very intelligent person, as I'm hearing you speaking. So instead of standing on the sideline and criticizing, which is what the Labour Party is doing, they are not offering the alternative to anything but just criticizing. But I encourage you, caller, to come on board and help shape St. Lucia forward. That's what we need. What do you say?
I would welcome an opportunity to be with you, but my emphasis would be on empowering young people.
Absolutely.
And we have a lot of young people in our communities that are going astray because little is put in place for them. You understand me? Delinquent boys, and that is my forte. That is what I'm interested in.
Well, my good
helping
friend,
people.
My good friend, I have a lot of focus on that. It's part of my tenet on the education, on the sports, and so on. Given the opportunity, as the people of Beaufort North will be doing this election, focus will be given to our young folks, our boys training center, our vocational schools, and so on. Focus will be, as you know, there is a sports academy on the north side of the island. One will be on the south as well. Our playing fields in the various communities in Beaufort North is being looked at very seriously. So it'll be a lot of focus. The Rasta men, my good friends in Grace and so on, we've been engaging in some serious conversations. You know, so no one will be left out with Vincent London being sent to Parliament. Nobody, I can tell you that much. Whether you are UWP, SLP, or no LP, the fact that you are a constituent, Vincent London, will engage you for us to advance our country forward.
That is what I like, Mr. London. That is what I like. During election and campaign, we have red and yellow.
Yes.
After this, we have St. Lucian.
Absolutely.
So nobody should be deprived of a bread because of his political affiliation.
I agree with you.
Because when you would have, if you make it to Parliament, you are not the district rep. You will not be the district rep for a yellow people.
That's correct.
You will be the district rep for
the constituency. Indeed.
So too much of this is happening, and I think that was Sir John's philosophy that when election is over, we are all St. Lucian.
Absolutely. My victory speech is actually written already, sir. And it'll be all encompassing. I can tell you. I will be saying. I wish you
well, Mr. London.
I will be saying.
You are your own person. You have a head on your shoulder,
indeed.
right?
I get the voice now.
Do not compromise your principles. Whatever you think that is right, you do it.
Indeed.
You take care of yourself.
Fantastic. So thank you for calling.
I get the voice. I get the voice now.
Big cricket. You know the voice too well.
Thanks for calling. Have a good day. Good afternoon to you. Let's go right back to the phone lines on our WhatsApp platform. Good afternoon.
Brother Vincent, I was cut off for a while, but I had to call twice.
Yeah, no issues.
But then your good friend caller in Nicode was trying to bring you to a limit, but at the end he
my brother Willie, I'm gonna ask the person on the landline to hold, and then as you continue to make your contribution.
Mr. London.
Hey, good day, sir. Hold on, please. Hold on. Yes, sir. Go ahead on the WhatsApp platform.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, your caller there from Mikod had a good engagement with you, but what he did not want, he did not probably had a problem with. He mentioned about the banana industry, and then persons did not have an insurance, whatever, no government, nothing. But the farmers themselves had an opportunity at the time when banana was green gold to set up there to pay their own insurances. Because I know farmers during that time that pay their own insurance and they are benefited from it. A lot of our farmers were just banana green gold, selling banana, getting money, they were not even care because at that time, the late surgeon had told them they have to diversify because banana is not going to perform in terms of the market. They do not get the market all the time. They have competition for the countries that selling banana. But our farmers did not make what we call a farming corporation group or to come together and to set up their farms. And what they did that was so bad. When they allowed politicians to the 1996, 95 and 96, and all of us know that the outcome of the banana industry during the banana strike of coupe par coupe, which resulted in the death of some of them. So then we have a lesson to be learned, and then we cannot just blame in fact the United Workers' Party for the problem that happened with us when we were farmers. We have to blame ourselves because the opportunity was there for a lot of us to do different.
That is true.
I know fellas who are in the banana industry. The house where they were living was tearing apart on them. But they was in the butter, the good time, and thought, well, banana would remain good, green gold for life.
Yeah, yes. And
you understand?
Yep.
And you cannot blame government when you are in a big business, you are making money. Government was not taking income tax on banana farmers. The farmers have their own responsibility.
That's correct. Which give them the absolute right to have saved and put something in the kitty for a later date. But unfortunately, some people fail to do that. And now you know, it's a whole lot of complaints and so on. And it's unfortunate, my bro. And I'm agreeing with you that our farmers should have been thinking. They should have thought that, look, man, I will not be young forever. I will not have the possibility of me getting somewhere in life where I won't be able to work again. Is there, because we grow from a baby into a toddler, into teenagers, and then adulthood, and into the later part of our lives. So during this time, I am agreeing that our farmers should make very smart decisions, and that's what a lot of us fail to do by not making smart decisions early in our lives. And then regrettably, when we are older now, in the twilight of our years, then we begin to ponder and think and blame every other person as opposed to ourselves for not, because nobody, to think of it, my brother, no one prevented these farmers from saving their money. No one prevented them from contributing to NIC. It is still now open for anyone to contribute towards the NIC. And sometimes, even when these entities are pushing for people who are self-employed to do so, they are so negative against the idea. But when they begin to get into trouble now, it is a different story. It's unfortunate, my bro. It's unfortunate. So thanks for bringing that to our attention. And I will advocate for farmers to try and enroll in NIC. And I will be pushing for that as well on my tenet. I have farmers and agriculture. So these are where we will make these linkages in terms of engaging NIC so that we can see how best we can help our farmers. Crop insurance and farm, NIC contribution and different ways, crop diversification and so on to make farmers work more profitably. And 5 minutes after 3 o'clock, this is South of the Island. You are tuned into at the moment, and we are on Facebook. We are on GVD TV as well as the radio station Sky 93.1 FM. Diana wants to say something, and I have 2 calls to take. Let's go first to Mr. Cauldron from Delaware. Good afternoon to you, sir. Welcome to the show. Person on the landline, please hold. Mr. Cauldron.
Yes, Mr. London.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know. Yes, Mr. London. I don't call talk shows twice, but the caller, the young lady who called from Mico, I think it was.
Yeah.
Do you know the Labour Party? It's the elite season, and they will try to twist things to suit their political objectives.
Absolutely.
So we all know it's the fact that every single MP, 11 MPs on the government side, the UWP side, has performed. So I want you to say that in clear terms, because we don't want later you hear they say Vincent London say vote out Dominic Seeley, or Vincent London say vote out.
I agree. Wise advice.
You need to spell it out.
All right.
Right there on the phone.
So put a disclaimer, basically. You want me to put a disclaimer or
Right,
something
because
like
no
that?
one.
Yes.
Next thing you know, they haven't. And next thing you know, they haven't had St. Vincent and
Yes,
say, vote
yes,
out
yes.
Yale and the
That
rest.
is correct. That is
Very
correct.
careful.
Yeah, and I think I tried to explain that when we had the young lady who called, but you know, the truth is not everybody will be taking it as I said it. In the sense that I'm saying, if you, in our case in Viewfort North, you know, you need to vote this guy out. Excuse me, because for almost half a century we've been represented by one party up there, and we have seen no difference.
Right.
So you have to vote to remove. To remove.
Right.
So
What
I want to say, let me just finish there. I want to say clearly that I am not advocating for anyone to remove anyone from the United Workers' Party from office. On the contrary, au contraire, according to the French, I need all of you to vote every single UWP candidate in office. There is no doubt about that, because you have seen the performance of the United Workers' Party candidates. They are progressive. They are moving this country to the next level, creating a new St. Lucia, and that is exactly what the people of Viewfort North needs to do. So I am not advocating to remove anybody from the United Workers' Party. Never. You know, vote us in. That's who we need to put in. So let's make that clear.
Right.
I want to just ask the person on the landline to hold on, please. Yes, go on, sir.
Very brief. What we're advocating, all vote out all the non-performing candidates
of the SLP. All right.
advocate.
Okay, good. You want me
Of
to
the
say it in that?
SLP.
Okay, fantastic. You want me to say it succinctly like this? So, folks, you are hearing my good friend. He's asking you to vote out all the non-performing candidates of the United Workers' Party. And that's the 6 people that you have.
The St. Lucia Labour Party.
St. Lucia Labour Party. St. Lucia Labour Party. I said something wrong there? I think I did. I'm so sorry.
You were
St. Lucia Labour Party. You know, and that is the 6 people that you have sitting on the opposition side. That's fair enough? Sounds good?
Very well.
Good. St. Lucia Labour Party. Nothing else. Let's go to the landline. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. London.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm a big supporter of the United Workers' Party from Lampton. I tell you, everyone and all support the United Workers' Party and the election.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your call. Thank you so much. We lost the call on the WhatsApp platform. And again, I'm agreeing with Mr. Cauldron from Delaware. He's saying that vote all the non-performing candidates of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Yes, the SLP. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Yes, good afternoon to you, sir.
Mr. Jean Charles, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
How are you doing? Also, a special good afternoon to your 2 guests.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for
I have a call on the landline. Let me ask the person to hold. Landline, please hold. Mr. Jean Charles, continue.
Okay, I just want to say, as somebody that grew in Viewfort North, I mean, I've spent my entire life in Viewfort North. Now, I don't understand that. Why is it that all other constituencies in St. Lucia are developing and Viewfort North still remain in the dark?
Yes, good question.
Because you have not yet elected Vincent London. That is why.
There you go. She gets the bell. Yeah.
Yes, but what I'm saying, the people from Viewfort North have been supporting the Labour Party for, I wasn't even born yet.
Hold on.
Is it that the people from Viewfort North have to be loyal to the Labour Party?
Yes, that's what they're saying.
Loyal to somebody
for non-performance.
We want, because when I go to the various constituencies in St. Lucia, sometimes I feel so ashamed. I am telling people that I am from Viewfort North. Viewfort North is just like the Dead Sea. Nothing is not moving in Viewfort North.
Nothing is surviving. Nothing is growing.
You have a business in Viewfort North. It's not even like it's like, I don't understand. You cannot even go to the bank and try to do some major investment in the Fort Knox because they don't have nothing moving. I mean, to me, come on. And I just want to say that to the people, we want development in Fort Knox. We want to make, Fort Knox like a small city.
Indeed, indeed. If it can be done elsewhere, it can be done there too.
Right. Exactly. So I was having a conversation with a young man. I asked him, give me 2 reasons why do you want me to vote for the present rep? Just give me 2 reasons. Why should I vote for him? He couldn't say nothing. So when to our young people, when they ask you to vote for the rep, ask them, engage them.
According to the song, give me a reason.
Ask them question. Give me a reason.
Yes.
You understand? If I always say, if I hire you as a manager, to try to help my business and try to improve on my business and try to get more customers to come to my business and try to make my business to make money. You're not doing anything. So what should I do to you? So presently, right now, the people from Fort Knox, we don't have to waste time again. Because we need employment for our young people. We need to take our young people to the next level because we have so many brilliant young people in Fort Knox. And we want the best for Fort Knox now. We cannot continue in
vote Vincent London.
Yes.
So
it's the truth.
To
get all what you need in Fort Knox with respect to development and progress, you need to vote Vincent London. It's that simple.
But what I'm saying there, we don't want a talker. Mr. London is just a talker. I believe Mr. London is a worker.
That is the thing. Mr. London is a worker, and you need to afford him the opportunity to prove that he is a worker. So you and the rest of the individuals who form part of the grouping called Fort North need to vote the worker Vincent London to work for Fort North.
So Mr. Judge Charles, I need you to tell the people that Mr. Vincent London is not a talker, but a worker. That's what you need to tell the people.
And Fort North needs a worker.
Yeah.
But that is why I'm trying to imply here, Mr. London.
All right, good.
You are not a talker because we don't want a talker. We want a worker.
Yeah.
We don't want a lazy man.
Good. That's correct.
We want somebody that is, like my mother always say, a travaillant.
That's correct. Yeah.
And
that's what you're going to get, sir.
Right. So what I'm saying again, we cannot continue with those things anymore. If we cannot waste time. By the time you check yourself, you 75 already.
That's right. That's right.
We need a better future for our young people.
We need Vincent London for our young people. For our people of Fort North as an entirety, we need Vincent London. And I say we because pieces of my heart is buried in Fort North as well. So we need the work of Vincent London.
And no doubt.
But Mr. London application is already accepted.
Yes.
Has your flight been booked to London, sir, may I ask?
Miss, I even have my spending money ready. All my spending money.
Yeah,
that's good.
All right, Mr. Jean Charles, I've known you for the longest time, and I know you're a man. You'll speak up your mind and say how it is. And the way you're speaking, I believe you're frustrated with the current rep in Fort North, and I see that you are ready for a change. And not you alone, many of us are ready for this change. So keep on doing the work you're doing on the sideline for Mr. Vincent London. We appreciate and just wait for the time for election where we're going to get that change that we needed in Fort North.
Well, I hope all our young people have that same mindset.
Yes, I believe they do. I believe they do.
Because I know a lot of young people in Fort North. I mean, they are brilliant young people in Fort North, and I want to see these people, young people, get on board so that we can make a difference in Fort North.
We will. With your help and others.
I don't want to stay too long on the line because I think there are other persons who wish to call and to make their contribution. So they're listening to the program, guys. Good program.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon, Mr. John Charles, and keep on doing the good work. I know you will. You're a gentleman of gentlemen, Indeed, let's go to the phone lines again. Did we lose you? Nope, we have not. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. What's your contribution?
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. How are you?
How are you doing, Mr. London?
I am doing well, thanks. Thanks for calling.
And your colleagues at the station there right now, I say good afternoon to everybody.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
All right, it's a PT. I'm not from Vieux-Fort North, but I'll be honest with you, my observations, 3/4 of my friends are from that area you're talking about.
Nice, nice.
Now, Vieux-Fort North don't have the landscaping, they don't have the opportunity to have the landscaping like flatlands and blah blah blah. You have it.
Well,
But
Vijay does. Vijay Kako. Oh, you'll be.
I know.
I invite you to Al's.
I'm just talking
please.
to you. I'm giving you a brief statement.
Okay, good.
I don't want you to add anything.
All right.
I want to give you what I see.
All right, good. Go
and
ahead.
then I'm telling you, I admire Vieux-Fort North. I'll tell you why.
Yes. Go on.
Based on the landscaping type, you have hard-working people inside there. Agriculture side.
Yeah.
Magadisa encore. Jean Belleville. You got to have a word.
Absolument.
Tout bras qui pas derrière là. Magadou ça. Bon. The other thing is, Vieux-Fort North is the one that have to drive Vieux-Fort South. Vieux-Fort North is the one providing food coming down to Vieux-Fort South on a Friday or Saturday to sell by the market.
That's true.
Vieux-Fort North has all the culture. You might wear on tour by Cordwell.
Yes.
And you know, up to now, there's a particular person, there's a particular guy up to now we remain friends. Because I had never realized, I know only on my constituency and these places have a lot of that. But Vieux-Fort North have a lot to offer, a lot of richness. And the rep there is a dead horse, tired horse. Ring that bell hard, man. No, I'm being honest with you. It is a tired horse. Because he was given, I'll be honest with you, I don't criticize people. Not because I'm a yellow man. And I'm not a red man. But I'll tell you something. There's something in life you call opportunities lost cannot be regained.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir, indeed.
You know, the present rep, the current rep, Munaka represented Belleville actually, the current rep, he had the greatest opportunity of a lifetime to lock down Belleville Vieux-Fort. He didn't in agriculture.
That is right, sir.
Okay? So he's just taking the wrong person to put in the wrong job. Mid had no way out, no idea of what he's talking about or what he was doing. People, I don't blame people in Vieux-Fort for voting for him, you know, because they had a lot of inspiration about him and where he come from and son of the soil and this. But you know, sometimes, you know, people have their own egos and it's about me and me, I'm the boss and you go through me. And when they get there, their head gets too big that they cannot carry it.
That is true.
So they forget too many things in the pockets of their head. And I think that's what happened to me. He forget his people and he see himself.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So I'm telling people in Vieux-Fort North now, it's time you put yourself on the map. You have been on the map for over 50 years and it's a no-no for you. The teacher right now is correcting CXC and Vieux-Fort North has to have a yes. A yellow right yes. So Vieux-Fort North need to make that change.
Absolutely.
We're moving in 2021. You can't be waiting on handouts and little fellas just come in and talk to you, papi show, and you yourself not developing, you're not moving anywhere. All the years around, if you look around, all the years, Vieux-Fort North has been great. Vieux-Fort everywhere. The young ones who come follow the same pattern the people who have been there before because there is no development for them. They have to walk the same path.
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
And I'm saying it's time these people get themselves out of this order and look forward to move on with together with the whole country.
Yes, indeed.
Okay?
Indeed.
So people in Vieux-Fort North, I'm telling you again, don't be bribed, don't be fooled by anybody. Make sure your ID card is in order. Make sure your name is on the list. Because if you don't have the ticket, I will get you the ticket to go to London, and then the spending money will, as soon as you walk in off the flight, you will be getting your spending money at the footstep of the airline.
And we are sending Viewport North to London first class, might I add.
Where?
Well,
First class.
5-star.
I'll be honest with you, brother.
Yeah.
I think since last election come to this time, Viewport realized they made a mistake by not giving our former guy before you were in the driver.
Mr. Prince Ambrose. Yeah, good afternoon
I
to
think
him.
they realized that because they come to terms right now to understand what they did to themselves. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I mean, look at Viewport now. All the people around there, apart from those who have a permanent job like teachers and firemen and blah, blah, blah. The other youngsters, they cannot move because they don't have nowhere to turn to get a little loan to do something to move on themselves. You know? I mean, it's time. It's a sad situation for Viewport North.
It is indeed.
I'm being honest and straight with you. I'm from Denry North. And I'm
you
telling you, I do all my wrongs. Okay? Look, for all the years, the Labour Party have been representing Viewport North.
Yeah.
Chaque là où t'en as God low pass across by the riso.
Problem.
On peut faire whole one.
Are you familiar with the place very well, man?
Saudi?
On est pour nager.
So survive.
Because that's a strong water there.
Yes,
And
yes.
that piece of bridge that's coming up there, let me tell you something. If people don't understand what it is, that's a plus for Bellevue.
But I'll tell you what, caller, because this piece of bridge that you mentioned there, that is so significant. And then when it is going to be completed, it's going to be a model for other bridges in the constituency and elsewhere on St. Lucia. Because once that is done, then the other big project in terms of a bridge is going to be the Joie Bridge. And the Joie Bridge is one of the most significant piece of bridge that has to be done in terms of connecting Joie and the rest of the Bellevue community. When there was a trough, you know, if there was any significant incident on the other side of the river, you know, none of us could have gotten to the people to rescue them on that side.
Let me tell you something. You see what you're talking about there?
But before you say that, that bridge was given to be repaired, you know. It is in fact I suspect you know the community very well. When you come to the area, just drive down there any day and you will see the remedial works or the improvement or innovations or whatever you want to call it. You will see how that bridge was repaired, and if it looks like anything that you'd call repairing a bridge for the volume of water that goes down that river when there's heavy rain.
Now, I'll change your name. I'll add a piece of extension to you. I'll tell you, Mr. London now.
Yes, sir.
You don't tell me. I do all my wrongs. I drive that road. I just take my time and just move around there, you know.
Okay.
I have a lot of farmers up on that end there. If I have to mention them so you might be surprised. Okay? I move around that area. I check out a lot of things. And I'm telling you, it's sad. And you know what? It is so sad that the Labour Party condemn these people for supporting them so long and don't give them what the basic requirements they need to move on with life.
Well, I can tell you as well, Colin, that what the Labour Party says to the people of Viewport North is, in fact, ça you dit, c'est you savez n'importe bail la mawe depuis code la rouge, you can vote you. You know that according to the, I almost acted like I almost replicated the leader of the opposition during his presentation. You know, yeah, and threw my hand in the air, my hands up in the air.
You can imitate these fellas. So let me tell you something, brother. The red side of this country, those persons they are malicious. They are out of context. And you know, these fellas are there's a law which is very pushy right now. And I don't know why that law don't apply to the Labour Party, because they are very bully. They are very much bully.
What I know they do is they're pushing for revolution
But this is what they have been doing. If you realize 1979 election, I have been there since 1979 fighting election. And if you realize that, if you go back to the drawing board and go to the history of the United Workers' Party, you'll come to realize where, or check the episode of Sir John, you'll realize where these guys, we did not lose election 1979. They hijacked the election because they were threatening people that they'll kill them and blah, blah, blah. So a lot of our percentage of persons did not go out to vote. Okay? I can go back to the drawing board and bring a number of things that the Labour Party has brought up. Let me make you understand something. I was listening to a caller when I came in there who talked about the banana from the Mikunov constituency, talking about the banana and no insurance and they don't benefit anything from COVID. But the statement that my Minister of Agriculture made was that the $1,500, rather give it to farmers in their hands, it's better they give them inputs. Okay? Valid. Now some people take things and twist it and you know, reading and understanding is two different things. Okay?
But what did you make about the fact that they take your voice and they edit it conveniently, and so they misrepresent your full statement? Because the caller was bringing that up, and I said, well, that is like, in what context did the Minister for Agriculture
I heard you.
say something to that effect?
That's why I come back to that part. You know, I heard you.
Indeed.
Let me make you understand something. I have my own way of doing my politics. I go on all platforms when my election time is up. I go on all platforms. All right. And I'll tell you, I have a particular, how you call that? Those guys, if you call them to come and take the clip, you know? And you know what he said to me?
What's that?
He said to me, because there are certain projects I really want to go and, you know, and then he said to me, he can do that with me. There is no problem. The problem we will have is those persons who will take the clip.
Right.
That's where the problem is.
That is true.
Okay? Now I have realized we are tarnished in all business places and even in the police force. I'm not saying that the police force is not good, you know. But we have a lot of persons who are labeled red and they don't work with the law. Okay? And this is the kind of pressure we work in within. You know?
Yeah.
And your job is your job, you got to do your job. Cut it right. Simple. And this is what I really baffled with right now, because they have things my government is doing. They have things that people in the other end of the country don't see what's happening. And I would like to edit that myself, but this is where I'm caught up with.
All
but
right.
okay, we're going back to your constituency again. Mr. Fenton,
yes,
I
sir.
know you're a long time at the airport.
Okay.
No, but I just do.
I'm going to try.
London na mate connect Vince na mate connect London na. Mwepu ha konta komeku.
Okay.
All right.
No, no te ka babie gume be sano de café.
No tu ka chef use no.
Okay. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Ah,
merci. Black ka babie gume mun na l'église mun yo kay bat. Power go with you. La prière yon kay ni assez pour yo. Power go with you.
All right.
Okay? Eklani yo de ki en rouge la moi sa 12. You see, sometimes it's not everything that passing around you that you have to find yourself in it.
Yes.
Because sometimes it don't go with you.
Yes.
So you personally have to have a self-evaluation. Okay? Now, that one we're talking about the church affair. That is one I need to bow down from politics as from the day he did that up to now, because the embarrassment, the Labour Party themselves is, no matter what they try to talk about, they cannot come out under that.
Well said, sir.
Okay? I'll be honest with you. Because up to this time, they cannot give a clip or say anything that guy did, guy say, guy did. Nothing. Nothing to justify that fact. So, that's for another show.
So here's what. Let me just engage you for a little moment there, and then we have quite a few people on queue there with the calls. You know the fruit that they planted, the tree, not the fruit. The tree that they planted, the seed that they planted, has now grown into, blossomed into a tree, and now the fruits of that tree is what they are eating. You know, they're eating the fruit of their own demise.
Listen up.
You know, I'm on TV now, and so I will demonstrate. You know, when you point your index finger, any moment now, just take your index finger and point it outwards, and see how many fingers are pointed right back at you. 3 of them. You know what? You know which one's pointing right back at you? There is the middle finger, the ring finger, and your pinky finger pointing right back at you. So when you see you pointing your index finger to an individual saying that Munsala move, lani tuaka vie point en le ou.
I will
say
cut
ça,
a long story short for you. I'll make it easier for you.
Yeah.
The world is a mirror. It smiles. Be careful what you do because it smiles right back to you.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct,
okay?
sir. That's correct.
Now,
indeed.
Okay, this one needs to bow down from politics from now because it has killed the Labour Party, been shame, embarrassment, a whole heap of things. I can't even describe it right now. That's one. And there's another one also. Okay, in the Mikunov area.
Right.
You haven't started, you have finished already.
Oh boy.
Okay?
Tell me about it.
You haven't started, you have finished. And I always tell people, who I talk to. Okay? The rep at the Mikunov right now, first time in history, after Sir John was representing, when people blame Sir John about this, Sir John was just one man and he was doing for the whole island.
That's right. Which is
it's
what
not just a constituency he had on his back.
Which is what I said to the
that
caller.
That is what people cannot evaluate yet.
Which is what I said to the caller, that Sir John could not do it, all by himself.
Because, some of us pretend like that's not because Vincent London, the Prime Minister, like, say, in Church building.
Right, it's
no, because he's doing for the whole island, brother.
That's correct.
Okay?
That's correct.
So imagine one man in charge of the whole island, seeing about and in his time, listen to me, in his time, we do not have the phones where we could WhatsApp to your Minister of Agriculture or your Minister of English of Education.
Correct.
You had to walk into the office and check what's happening.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
So you had triple times the amount of work. Okay? These are the kind of things we have to take into context and understand what was happening. But what I'm saying to you, in Mikunov, this era right now, first time development and infrastructure development has been up to on par.
That's right.
Okay? They brought 3 people against the rep Maheyo. C'est pas monsieur 1.5 kibai.
No. Let's not. That's one song. I'm very sensitive when it comes to people with different ability. Now we have to be very careful. We have to be extremely.
My apologies. I don't go and condemn people on that, But I'm just telling you. Okay? So at the end of the day, brother, we are here, and I ask people from Bellevue, please. We're going to London.
That's right.
Everybody make sure your ticket is booked. You online. Make sure and they'll tell you the date of your flight to London.
And we are riding first class.
Again. All the best.
Thank you, my sir. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much for your words of confidence and your support. I really appreciate it. This is South of the Island, heard every Thursday right here on Sky 93.1 FM, as well as GVD TV and on the UWP Facebook page. Let's go to the phone line. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. What's your contribution?
Mr. London.
Hi there. Good day, sir. How are you?
How are you doing, sir?
I am doing well. Thank you for calling.
Miss Cedric.
Good afternoon, sir.
Miss Williams.
Miss who?
Miss Williams.
Miss Williams. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mr. London, everybody keeps saying we're going to London, but nobody have been saying on which flight. We are going on an Airbus 380.
A380.
That sounds like Ian.
A380 double deck.
That's what we're going on.
Yeah, double deck. A380 wide body. Correct.
Hey, brother.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you should go.
I know for sure. Without needs no introduction. Thank you so much, sir.
My brother, all the best, man. I mean, we have that in the bag. The movement around and the talk around, and you could feel, man, that the people are ready for the change.
Away.
You shall away. Man, but Prime Minister, qui a décidé, qui joue gagné.
C'est lui-même.
Je fête là.
Mon cas dit plus mauvais pour nous. Mais il va être plus mauvais pour eux.
Well,
parce que nous gagnons tout ça bien. Because right now, these fellas are shooting themselves in the foot every single day. They are showing the true colors, what the Labour Party is all about. To destabilize this country.
That's what they're all about, sir. Revolution.
In power, out of power.
Goading.
The choice is clear, my brothers and sisters. People who are out there, the young people who are ready to vote for the first time.
Agitating.
I hope they are listening. You know, the choice is clear. This party is a working party. You know, and then if they don't want to believe, just go around, have their parents, their brothers, a friend, take them around to the constituencies that have been represented by Labour. And go to the ones that have been represented by Flabo, and they will see the difference.
Yes.
It's day and night.
Yes, indeed.
It is day and night. So that thing about my set Labour and I'm only down, I take Labour too. Mais là, moi, je viens comprendre politique, là, moi, je viens apprendre.
Couillon toi qui là.
Moi, débouté comme là.
Couillon toi qui là. Moun accordé ça yo ka de là, ce sont ni en vieille femme et bien en vieille homme et bien en vieille machine. Ou pas ni pour tirer comme ça, ou ni pour rester point trois quarts. Moi, je pas ça comprendre ce qualité parole ça. Puis si on est en vieille relation, c'est pour tirer comme en vieille relation ça là. Vous comprenez ça là? Puis c'est ça même. Des bagages yo dit la vie qui plus mauvais, c'est un vieux, m'a voulu dire un vieux femme. Un vieux machine. Moi voulu dire un vieux relation et puis un vieux machine.
Et jeune femme après ça, nous pas aimer pièce vieux homme.
Yes, well pour le moment là, nous ni en vieux condition, un vieux faute neuf.
C'est pour ça que Fort Neuf, c'est pour quitter Venom ça là.
C'est pour nous changer ça.
Good thing about that, it is not just the people of Fort Neuf that are seeing it, that are seeing that.
Island-wide.
Island-wide.
That is right.
Everybody's seeing that. And then you from the constituent, somebody from the outside comes in and make a bigger difference than you been in there for 50 years.
Yes. Oh, yes. Say that again. Yeah.
You understand? So you don't have to.
But guess what? Guess what?
We all have our
guess what, my friend? Guess what?
The previous
let me just share with you.
People read, they don't understand.
Let me just share with you some of the things that are in the reaction that I see with certain people, and albeit they in the majority, in Vieux North, is very good in terms of the whole movement in an upwards trajectory in terms of UWP in Vieux North. But you have those in the minority, fortunately, who their reaction is horrible. Even when they see me, well, you know, you could see the body language and so on. You know, yes, the Lucian expression. I like that term that you're using. You could see the kind of the cutting of the eyes and so on. You know, you could see as if, you know, so to speak, ki Moon, ki this, ki Vincent Londoni, Kwei Savin, Fed, this and that. None of that matters. The fact is, Vieux North has been neglected for almost half a century. And Vincent London is coming to change this around with the support of the majority of people in the Vieux North constituency who are fed up. You know, they are disgruntled. They're saying no more. They're saying the roads have to be fixed. They're saying the lights have to be put in place. They're saying the water has to be brought to them and so on. You know, they're saying building roads does not mean it stops by a SLP supporter. That it has to stop by every single person's house who live in the Vieux North constituency. They're saying they need the scholarship. They're saying the playing fields has to be fixed. They're saying the multipurpose center and courts have to be built in Opeko, in Pierrot, in Grace. These are the Rastamen are asking for better representation. The young people are demanding change in Vieux North. And this is why Vincent London is coming in, my brother. This is why Vincent London is coming in to bring these things, to finally bring the fair share of the pie to the people of Vieux North. And I can tell you, my bro, I am not going to take this responsibility lightly, having been neglected for almost half a century. You know, these responsibilities will not be taken lightly. It is time, Vieux North, that you change, that you cannot remain in the doldrums. You cannot remain forever not getting anything. You know, stop doing the same things over and over and expect a different result. Try shifting, you know, in another direction.
They're punishing their own selves.
Indeed.
You know, and just for what? Just to say, Mr. Leader?
Yeah.
You know? No. That is going to change, I know for sure.
Indeed, sir.
That is going to change. And then when that change comes, I hope all those who are making noise find another place to go because they don't want to work.
No, as a matter of fact, my dear friend, I don't need them to go anywhere else. I need them to stay to contribute so that they will see, you know, all the tyranny, the agitation, the aggression, and so on is worth nothing. that it is much more important for us to come together and push Viewfort North forward. So I need them to remain in the constituency because I would need their help as well. We all will come together. We all will put our shoulders to the wheel and push Viewfort North forward. I need them. The Viewfort North people need them because sometimes you have to get the voice of dissent in certain areas so that you learn a few things or two. You know, but they need to stay.
That it is just for one set of people that you want to do this for.
Well, you know what, and as I said to you, my dear friend, these are the people in the majority, and when we further take we like to dissect things and look at it in the very small, minute sense, and we're seeing the people who are the most vocal within our constituency are people who have had, contracts. You get where I'm going?
Yes,
these are the people who have benefited contractually, if you want to use that term. So therefore, they do not want to lose that kind of largesse. So therefore, why would they want to vote somebody else who they perceive will not turn to them and help out? So they're the most vocal. Yeah.
On that, I was at a business place, and I was on one island. There are some people on the other island, and you could hear the talk. So the gentleman is saying that, you see, everything they said about the government is true. Friends, foreigners, family.
The FFF.
Yes, the
policy.
FFF. So, and then you know me, I deliberately went across to see who was that, and I could not believe who the person was. It was a friend of theirs.
Okay.
For the 4.5 years they spent in office.
Right.
This gentleman had contracts for the entire duration.
There you go. You see? So who does? So who does?
Today he's complaining about friends.
So who does the FFF really fit? It's them. It's on the other side.
You understand?
That's why they coin it. That's why they coin it color. And then there's a Creole expression that says "Kuye yo jamet avant yo kuye ou jamet," and that's exactly what they do. Because you know one thing they did in Viewfort, they run about saying things about money and look out for Vincent London because he's going to come and give you money. And you know what's going on in Viewfort North? Even as we speak, they are passing around doing this exact thing. Because I was informed that they are offering people money, yet still they came way ahead and to say that look out for Vincent London because he's going to be passing around giving money. If I have money, you think I'll go pass around give to people?
You would develop your constituency with the money.
You know when you bring that up and anybody brings it up, you know what they're going to say? But Vincent
they like to spin. They know how to spin. They are masters at spinning.
Yes,
and
I tell you,
I agree with you.
It's supposed to be on the West Indies side. As spinners, you need some spinners on the side.
Well
so you take the stick. Because you got spin first. You got spin.
You got spinning.
Anyway, gentlemen and young lady.
Thank you, sir.
Good show. Continue the good work.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, brother, my brother. Take care, brother.
All right, you too. Have a good day. Good afternoon to you. And have a good one, my good friend. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Thank you for holding. Thank you for waiting. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon to you. This is South of the Island. What's your contribution?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Mr. London.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Let me just ask the person on the line to hold. The person on the line, please hold. Let's get to you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I like your campaigning.
Yeah.
But sir, let me just be out there. I have to tell some people here on the radio.
Yeah.
Is that? Can you permit me to do that, please?
I will give you the time to do it. Go right ahead, sir.
Ted from PI, Majaba and Macheka, and Mr. Redman. So that out of the way, then I will proceed.
All right.
But Mr. London,
yes, sir.
Just imagine if a hurricane or a storm happen again.
Yeah.
Election will be postponed again, If you get how many constituencies, they don't even have some place to vote. Just like that happened, you will not be within the next 6 months. You might not be elected. You know.
How come, sir?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. We just are tired of that. I cannot do with that. Those people that always walking out of their house anymore. You know. Because it's time we just concentrate on. Look at we talking about policies. Those people just walking out of the house. Those people they're not ready to be elected, you know, Mr. London. Yeah. That hurts me as a St. Lucian.
Yes.
Elected people.
You know what, Colin? I would like to underline what you've just said there, because it's something that I have expressed. How is it that the people have voted you in to represent them, yet still, especially when the Governor General is in the house, you are nowhere to be seen? So if you cannot sit, you know, your laurels on those chairs that taxpayers' money was collected to pay and to have you seated on them, then why do you want to represent the people of your various constituencies if you cannot find yourself seated in the house to listen to his address and so on? You know, so for me, constituents in those various, the 6 constituencies who are doing that, they should be taking note of this silly situation and vote them out, because the business of the business of the day, where you are supposed to be there to represent the people, you know, you are not out. You outside there. You somewhere else. You protesting something that happened way back when all of us were little boys. I can't even remember that. Some of them were not even born. Probably they were all born yet. But some of them were not around unless they read it in the history books and so on. You know, it does not make sense for me to be staying out of Parliament, to be staying out of the joint sitting of the House, whereas you were elected to be there. That's exactly why you asked the people to vote you in to represent them.
But that's why in the next 6 months, maybe 6 next month, you might not be there.
I don't get it.
Everywhere, they will not call election. Not possible.
Yeah, it is quite possible. You don't know.
If Huda will be in the house. I'm from Labrie. I'm not really saying. But I mean us, Kenny and Tony, all those people in the house still. And next 6 months, if last time you understand the scenario I'm trying to show. If a hurricane or something, and just a day of 2 before election, the proposed date of election, and next 2 months or something, the roads, everything mash up. Would you still live there?
Good question.
It's still there, man. You will not be, you not be there, you know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So we have to do that as soon as possible, you know. I know about the corona. The corona harvest.
Right.
You follow the trend of what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, because you're referring to the hurricane season that's coming up pretty soon, and so you need a mandate. You need a fresh mandate. You need a new administration to continue to do what they're doing, and to be there. You need Let me just finish the statement. So in other words, the hurricane season is approaching, and so you would have liked for us to have had elections prior to the hurricane season. Basically, that's what you're saying. Because in the event there's
not that I'm saying.
Oh, this is not where you're going. I'm listening.
Don't understand me too fast, eh? Let's say the election has been dated the next election.
Right.
So they have a hurricane or something happen 2 days before that. So it's still the same people that have to be there. Eh?
Yes, correct.
You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah, correct.
The election has been dated, but the roads, a mini storm or a a thing like that happen, like in St. Vincent or something, you still have to recall, the Governor General will come back and recall election, but before that, the few days before election, a storm or something happened. You will not let the same people be there. Because that's why I want you as soon as possible. But you are still in interim, you're not really in government yet.
I see.
You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
Like Kenny Anthony, your opponent is the person that will be representing you, not you, you know.
Right.
So you'll still be on the back going next 6, maybe 2 or 3 months, you know. You understand what I do?
I get you.
What I'm trying to do, let's play like, I don't want the labor at all there. I want the new reps to be there. Like you do a fantastic job. Don't tell me in the place where you put water, that district rep never saw it necessary to put water there.
Well, I don't know how to answer that. The needs, the
Look
basic
at what
needs,
happened to Guy
the
Joseph.
basic needs of the people is not important to a lot of these, you know, opposition, the district reps. So therefore, people like me who are seeing the needs of the people, who urgently want to address the needs of the people, then once things happen in terms of helping them, then I'm being criticized and chastised and being called all kinds of derogative and silly names. But as I say to people, this is just motivation in the tank of Vincent London. So no matter how much you criticize and say stuff, then I move on and I do what I had to do to get our constituency moving. The constituency is not yours. You have no title to it. I certainly don't have title to it. But
I feel they feel entitled, sir.
Well.
They feel entitled, and I hate that entitlement. We don't have to feel entitled being government.
Yeah. Indeed.
I'm saying hello to your other.
Fantastic, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you.
That's what I'm telling you.
Thank you. I have another call coming through now, so thanks for calling. I appreciate it, sir.
Thanks so much.
All right. Bye-bye now. Thank you for calling. Have a good afternoon. Let's go to the phone lines once more. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good day.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling.
Hi, Mr.
Hi.
To your co-host.
Yes, indeed. Let me just ask the call on the landline to hold. So, but continue, please, with your contribution.
Okay, no problem. I am a young individual, South, and it is heart-wrenching to see the development in these two, especially for South and North. Went to court about 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was talking to my partner in regards to a playing field that I grew up on. Right? And the playing field is still the same way. So many years. Me playing with my panty, my brothers, my sisters, all of us running in the mud on that same playing field. And the playing field is still the same way out of so many years. And the current district representative has been there for 24 years. 24 years, no development. Like I said to Dr. Secret and the other persons on Sky FM. Some of the poorest constituencies are the constituencies where the SLPs where SLPs sit down.
Let me give you the bell for that. Indeed.
The poorest constituencies, the poorest.
And no doubt.
Beaufort North, Beaufort South, Castries East, Labrie. You go to Dennery North, and which is the other one again? Beaufort North, Beaufort South, Castries East, Labrie,
Castries South, Castries South,
and Castries South.
That's right.
And Castries South, Castries South. Right? I mean, you have been there for let me see. Healer just came in.
Yeah.
Maybe
One term.
5 years.
Yeah,
He's there
term.
for 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
One term.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sean Edwards has been there. I am a young individual. I am young.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I am young. What example are these politicians setting for us young individuals?
Well, here's a question, caller. Here's a question to ask them. What is it that you want to do now that you could not have done during the last terms that you served? That's the question you need to ask them. All of them.
Thank you. And then they will come and say, oh, give me another 5 years.
To do
what
nothing.
I did not do, I will do it for you. No,
Yes.
you will still not do anything. You will still not do it. So I am urging all of the youth, especially those from Beaufort South and Beaufort North. Moi toujours bien, sous janvier fort avec Jean Beaufort North, Jean Belleville, janvier fort, yo vote SLPV. Et c'est moun sa me wè misé.
Well.
Okay, these people like misery because these people they have not represented us at all.
Well, they don't vote. They don't vote the district representative. You know, they don't vote.
No, they vote in color. They vote in color.
That's
like
the
you
issue.
said, I have been listening to you. I have been listening to you, and like you said, you will send a cow with a red rope, and they will support it.
That's what is being said.
They will support. You will send a cow library with a red rope, and they will support.
That's what I heard.
Right? It's time for a change. It is time for a change. I am not voting for. I'm not voting for individual or party. I am voting for development. I am voting for progress. I want to see change. Now, what I have seen with the current administration, I am flabbergasted. I am lost of words because work is happening. Things are happening.
Oh yes.
All was open in Beaufort Pateli Anye. You go down to Beaufort now, imagine, I will forget how Beaufort looks. When I go to Beaufort, I am lost because I don't even know where I am going. Beaufort is so old. Beaufort is so, it's true, Beaufort is so old. So many places closed down when you go to Beaufort. And correct me if I am wrong. Correct me if I am wrong. When you go down to Beaufort, the places that make the most money, Uptown Liquor Store, Massy, right? S&S. Sometimes the little speculators, these people don't even make money for the day because Beaufort is so dead. Beaufort don't even have life for the people's business to be up and about.
Well, and guess what? They do not want the Prime Minister and this administration to do anything in Beaufort. They are against the DSH project that is going to bring millions and millions of visitors to the island and millions of dollars. They are against the terminal. The cruise ship terminal. They are against the Ojo Labs and the ITEL BPOs that is giving young people a chance to come to Beaufort. They are against the airport development. They are against the St. Jude's Hospital, you know, and they say they are for St. Lucians. I cannot understand why you're against so many things that will benefit the people of St. Lucia and yet still say you want them to give you an opportunity. Not an opportunity. They don't say that. They want a chance. You know, to play with your, yes, they want a chance to play with your votes. They want a chance to play with your future. It's like a game.
They only care about themselves, their personal gain.
Indeed.
They only care about their family.
Indeed.
These people don't care about anybody. I am going to be honest with you. You see, Moses Jebat is the current representative of Beaufort. He's my cousin. He is my cousin, but I am telling you the honest truth. I will not vote for him.
No.
I can never vote for him. SLP will never get my vote as long as I live. Okay? And I have vowed that I rather not vote. And I am going to be very honest.
No, you must vote. You must vote for Vincent London.
No, just my darling. Wait, my sweetheart. I rather not vote. But I can never vote for SLP. And I know if I do not vote, that is one vote. UWP lose. That is one vote closer to UWP not winning. So I have to vote.
That's it.
I have to vote. I will vote. And I am not going to be voting for Mr. Vincent London, unfortunately. I will be voting for Mr. Herman Gill.
But I know you have friends in Vieux North, so you have to encourage them to vote Vincent
Yes,
London.
my darling. Not only friends. I have family down in Vieux North. And everybody I encounter, everybody I come across, I advise them. I'll tell you something a lot of young people say. Oh, I was born and raised in a SLP home.
Oh, wow.
And my mother is SLP. My father is SLP.
Well,
I have to continue the trend.
Our co-host can share that story with you because it's
I can tell you that. I can tell you that as well. I was born and raised in a SLP home, and I am the only United Workers Party supporter in my family.
Keep on revolutionizing. And standing up.
You're supporting for a reason.
Yes, indeed.
When I use the term,
when I use the term revolutionize, I don't mean anything, anything fighting and stuff like that. It's just the fact that you are a proud.
I want a change.
Indeed,
I want a change. I want to see things happen in my constituency.
But
you don't have nothing. You pass through Larry Shoes. What you see in there? What you seen in Larry Shoes? Nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Right? You pass through Grace. What have you seen happen in Beaufort North? Nothing. I heard a clip where JD was interviewing Moses Jabatis when he was speaking about, he was acting Prime Minister. I am grateful for the opportunity to have been acting Prime Minister and Minister of Infrastructure, Minister of Infrastructure, and you did nothing in Beaufort? Huh?
Well, accolades, they like
absolutely
titles.
Nothing in Beaufort.
Accolades and titles, they love it.
But Caller, you said Caller, you said nothing isn't happening in Vieux South and Vieux North. What I can tell you is happening in Vieux North and Vieux South right now. The young people, the Labour supporters are turning into Flabo supporters, and they're helping me campaign in both Vieux North and Vieux South.
Yes, and I'll tell you something, Al, you may not know me, but I admire you.
Yeah, let me give you the bell.
I admire you, your work, and I can see that you are influenced to the youth of both of these constituencies.
Yes.
And I will be very honest, I wish I was down there with you. Oh boy, I would have campaigned so hard with you.
In spirit you are. In spirit you are.
I get up every morning at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I get up at 5 o'clock. 5. I get up at 5 to pray. And from 6 o'clock, my TV is on to Norbert Williams every day.
All right.
Until the last person goes. The only time I get a chance, the only time I will get a chance is from 12 to 4 when Secret is there. This is my first time listening to Mr. London.
And are you pleased with the show?
Thank you.
Beg your pardon?
Are you pleased with him?
I'm telling you, I am up from 6 o'clock, ma. Please, show me, please, ma.
Well, Call, I
wouldn't call.
I really appreciate your contribution and keep on supporting the party for the people of St. Lucia. I'm not saying the United Workers Party, the people who care for St. Lucia. All right, and keep putting your word. I know you have friends and family in both Vieux North and Vieux South. Keep on encouraging them to do the right thing. Vote for Herman Gill Francis and Mr. Vincent London.
Don't worry, my darling. When I give it to Herman Gill, Vincent will feel it on the other side. We need the change. That is what we need. We need the change. We need development. We need to see things happening in Beaufort. We don't only want to see SLP passing. I was born and raised in this home or whatever. I want to see things happening for my future generation.
All right, Caller, one thing I can say to you, and I have fully evidence, but I'll not put anything out right now there. The Ojo Lab and ITEL, there is a lot of young people working there who are strong supporter of the Labour Party. But when I do my little talk with them, and they are telling me there's no way they're going to vote against this government. But the only call center, the only call center,
you always say don't buy the hands
that feed you.
So if you give me a bread to eat, you think I will buy it?
Yes, and they were saying to me the only call center that is up Castries, and now they have a top class where they can earn good salary. They have those that who have their own vehicle already because of Ojula. So big up the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Alan Shasney, and his cabinet. Big up the Minister of Commerce, Bradley Felix, and we are keep on doing, and we will do more. And I plead to people of St. Lucia, it could be Vieux North, it could be Vieux South Island wide, Ojula carbon ITEL is still in need of staff. Just go online on Facebook and get the link and just do the right move, and you must get employed. So don't be afraid to look. We are there for the young people, the youth. We need to grow up and get something on our own. Yep.
Fantastic.
And I am urging all of the youth, especially those from the 6 constituencies, let us vote these guys out.
Absolutely.
Let us vote them out. I listen to Norbert William every morning, and Norbert William have a song played. Not a damn seat for them. Not a damn seat for them. I don't want one. I don't want them to have nothing. 17 not. I heard people saying 14, 13.
17 not.
It might not be for a democracy. I love the enthusiasm and so on, but then for a democracy, it might not be the best, the healthiest thing to have.
You're the strong opposition.
Yes. We need it because you need someone with fire under the. To really
well, what I'm saying, Mr. Vincent London.
When you have everybody singing to the same tune, then you hardly can see the difference. There should be some form of opposition
Mr. Vincent,
as well.
you are right, but what I am saying.
Hey caller, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I have to because there is another caller, and then we're fast approaching our time. In fact, we're 7 minutes into it already.
All
so,
right, well, what I was saying, at least I can have you and Mr. Herman Gill in the house.
Fantastic.
Okay, caller, before you go, this coming caller, you say you know me very well, so this coming Wednesday I will have both Mr. Vincent London and Herman Gill Francis on my Facebook page live from 6:30 p.m. so you can tune in. Al Prince Boss.
I have you as a friend on Facebook. I have you as a friend.
Okay, no problem, caller.
All right. Thank you so much, caller. Have a great afternoon. Bye bye now.
Safe, get home safe.
Thank you so much. You take care, and I appreciate your patience, caller. Go right ahead with your contribution. Go right ahead. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. Go right ahead, sir. Good afternoon.
I'm calling concerning things that I'm hearing. What I'm hearing people saying that they should forgive Mr. Henry. I can't remember Henry or what's the name?
Joachim Henry.
Pardon me?
His name is Joachim Henry.
That's Henry, the fellow that has the conflict with the guy.
All right, former senator from opposition.
So I heard some people asking forgiveness for him. So the question I have to pose, if the person have not realized he has done something wrong,
why would you forgive? Yes, good question.
Yeah, that's true.
Very good question, sir.
Because
good question.
If you have not realized you have done something wrong, you cannot receive forgiveness.
You can't.
You must admit that you have done something wrong so that you could receive forgiveness.
Absolutely.
According to the Bible, in 1 John chapter 1 verse 9, it says, if you confess your sins, he is faithful and just enough to forgive you for your trespass.
Well said.
So if Mr. Henry has not admit that he has done something wrong, how can someone forgive him?
Good question. Good question. And in all the forgiveness,
yes, you have to admit you have done something wrong. So
in order for you to get it. And in all the forgiveness, they're asking for.
Mr. Henry should ask the people, those people who call him to ask forgiveness for him. He should ask them.
Well, caller, here's my point. Here's my point. If you're asking for forgiveness for this, and of course they should forgive, I believe in that. But if you're asking, well, yeah, maybe you're listening to your phone or something, or your radio. But I'm saying, my point is, if you're asking for forgiveness, then why are you still not forgiving the Governor General based on what you claim he did so many years ago? You know, you're asking for forgiveness for someone who just did something recently there. Yet still you have this thing about the Governor General. You will not sit at the same setting or in the same area with him. You will not be seen around him. You just refuse to forgive him. If he did, it was his democratic right to do what he did. Yet you refuse to forgive him, and now you are asking everybody else to forgive somebody with this issue just recently there. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Good day, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Not bad.
Fantastic. What's your contribution?
Okay. Listen. It's very clear to see all around St. Lucia what is happening is very clear.
Yeah.
Now, you as a young man coming into the race, as a young man coming into the race, and I heard you spoke about projects you have already taken up in the area where you want to represent your people. I'm a little disappointed in the current district rep, because as a man that stayed there for two or three terms, I'm
Free
not sure
terms.
if I'm right.
You're right. Free terms.
And then for somebody coming very new to find projects that are very important for community development, that's unfair. That is unacceptable. And the people in that area or the people in that district need to wake up and man up and stop letting cheap political figures to distract them. It is time for us to realize that we need men and women that is interested in our development.
No doubt.
When you tell me as a district rep, when you are district rep, you're not supposed to be representing those that vote for you alone.
Exactly.
You're supposed to represent every single man.
As a matter of fact, you should be working in the interest of every single person, so that the next election, they will see that you've worked for them, and so they may change their minds by voting you in. You know.
Very correct.
Go on, sir.
Yes, because you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that you want to build a road and you want to start somewhere where you think you have supporters.
There are examples.
And keep areas that is unacceptable.
It is indeed.
You know, now something else. These labor people need to be honest with solution. They have a slogan saying, "We put in you first, we put in you first." That is a gimmick. One, Emma Hippolyte had the sitting grocery.
Right.
Spider Montut started the center.
Yes.
The center.
Right.
You know, the lady outrun a whole 4 years.
Yep.
She did nothing.
Didn't complete it. It had to take Spider to come right back. To finish it.
And complete that.
Yes.
When you go to Soufre, with Dalso, the Hummingbird Beach.
That's correct.
That is a community project.
Yes.
The man outlived his term.
Yeah.
And it had to take the new man.
Harold Stanislas, the Honorable.
Important that was to finish that.
Yep.
You understand? Now, and right now, we have the latest development that happened there in the church with the brother.
Yeah.
Listen, the leaders of that party has been preaching violence, you know. If you listen to these fellas well, all of them, these fellas has been preaching violence. And these leaders are not good example for our young men and women, because you cannot tell me as a leader standing on national TV in the House of Parliament, and you want to preach negativity. The Bible says what you sow,
you shall reap. Absolutely. I'm agreeing.
For Sean Edwards to make a statement, I was a little disappointed, man, because I want to ask Sean Edwards, how many young men under their reign that went to the prison because of marijuana? But today, he wants to talk about
yes,
when he come back, he will go
pay for buses, so that the people who are incarcerated because of a joint and cannabis and so on, he can pay for them to be transported back to their homes. Amazing stuff. Amazing.
Let me tell you, listen, young man, I endorse you.
Thank you, sir.
I endorse you as a candidate, because these fellas has no vision. These fellas has no plan for the country.
None at all.
These fellas just want to keep people in darkness, and they want to work on our ignorance. And my final point, my final point is on St. Jude. You have 3 ministers, 3 sitting MP. Micoud South, no. Beaufort South, Beaufort North, and you have Labrie.
Labrie, right.
3 sitting ministers. And you mean to tell me, a whole term passed, not one of these ministers putting pressure on each other to give the people the hospital?
Well,
You mean to tell me, these fellas driving up to and from work, the hospital is in the middle. Y'all passing all around. As y'all lost the election, y'all want to call y'all supporters to let's go and march. Y'all want your hospital, man. You see this
rebellion.
Really not for St. Lucian.
Yes, revolution, rebellion, that's what they're preaching all the time.
These fellas are jokers, man. And listen, you can fool the people sometimes, but you cannot fool the people all the time.
Where?
Young man, I endorse you. May God bless you and your family, your
Thank you.
supporters, and continue to do the work that this administration has been continuing doing, because we have a great leader which has the vision. And finally, how can you have a leader like the Prime Minister? Because what you find out was happening when you lose a constituency or a community, you don't really pay attention to that place because you doesn't have supporters there. But the Prime Minister and his men have seen fit to focus in the south.
That's right.
And if you notice, they doesn't have a seat there, you know.
Nope.
Beaufort
Not
South,
yet.
Beaufort North, and
Labrie, yep.
The man has no seat there, but his focus is to develop the place. He has humanity in mind to develop people.
He's a smart man, you see.
You know? So, my brother, continue doing the good work.
Thank
May
you.
you put all into it, because we need to unseat these fellas. These fellas keeping the community behind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
All right,
God
sir.
bless you.
Thank you and have a good weekend. And we will not be taking any more calls at the moment because, you know, we had to close the program. We into 18 minutes after our due time already. And I know Dr. Secret is already on his way. He'll be joining us very shortly. His show is coming up next. And I just want to let you know that the noise of the Labour Party, we all need to rise above that because there's a lot of noise, propaganda. And I told you last week of the tired mixture of ill-conceived cocktails of negativity, lies and propaganda. Well, my friends, they're now beginning to reap the fruits of their own damned trees. I told you of their modus operandi. They will not fool St. Lucians with that. Agitation, lies, mépris. Keep on stoking, goading, egging St. Lucians on to tyranny. But St. Lucians are a peaceful, loving country. People full of pride for their own well-being. And so none of these seeds they're planting will do anything. None of the seeds they're planting will do anything. But the unity of St. Lucians under the United Workers' Party will continue to grow. Every block that this government lays down will be done to a complete stage. Every nail that is laid, or nailed in fact, will be done. Every project that is conceived will be done. And I declare and decree that the people of St. Lucia will vote the United Workers' Party back in office again. I'm saying to you, Vincent London, you need Beaufort North to send him to Parliament. And I know he's on his way because you're doing that. So I thank you, I appreciate you. We'll see you next week. We'll hear you next week. Right here on south of the island on Sky 93.1 FM and on GVD TV and on the UWP Facebook page. I know Brother Al wants to sing his beautiful song.
Somebody want me to sing it to them.
I'll give him a little chance, and I want to say good afternoon to my beautiful mother, Queen Elizabeth London. I know she's watching. She's looking at the TV.
Bonjour, madam.
Good afternoon to my brothers and sisters, both here and abroad, and to my constituency group. Good afternoon to you. and everybody in Beaufort North. Hey, Annette, good afternoon to you. Mr. Ted, good afternoon. And all of you watching, all of you listening, I shall see you, I shall hear you next Thursday. Hey, Mr. Al, let me get to that. Take it away.
Yeah, first of all, I must say big up to Pascal, Your Style Barbershop, and big up Boss Dino, the best nail tech in the world. So big up yourself, Dino. She's from Greece as well. Yeah, so start for me again, Mr. Vincent London. Big up yourself again, Dino.
Alright.
Jacques, c'est Boss Algila. Yo père. Les boss a fâché, y'en fijay. Yo ça fait tout ça, yo try. Ou te belle vie tout en la paix. London niti quoi kabay. Ou ça croisé ti bwen t'aime pas fait rien mais tout à l'air. London ka vini bay vivant sel chimé. On fâché tout en zabo. Ou le kako c'est Jean Flambeau. Piro pa vle moussa viwe yo sav London bon pour yo. London c'est un homme l'idée. Développer fond jouer. Moussa pas fait rien bay pharmacie tambou. Il a qu'à jouer. London qui non. London qui non. London qui non. Après pas pestot London qui non. London qui non. Les boss a fâché, y'en fijay. Yo ça fait tout ça, yo try. Moute belle vie tout en la paix. London niti quoi kabay. Moussa croisé, ti bwen t'aime pas fait rien mais tout à l'air. London ka vini bay vivant sel chimé. Moun fâché tout en zabo. Ou le kako c'est Jean Flambeau. Piro pa vle moussa viwe yo sav London bon pour yo. London c'est un homme l'idée. Développer fond jouer. Moussa pas fait rien bay pharmacie tambou. Il a London qui non. Tout j'en vige ça c'est London qui non. Tout gens quoi ça c'est London qui nom. Ah ouais, London qui nom. Yeah, big up all my Beaufort North Massive, all my Beaufort South Massive. You know, make the right choice this coming election. Support your party, but vote for Vincent London. We're going for a change. London qui nom. London qui nom.
Fantastic, thank you, Mr. Al Prince. And now I'm going to play it for you without him singing.
Yeah.
So this is from Al Prince, Boss Al. Here's London qui nom.
Jacques, c'est Boss Al qui là. Yo père. Passeport comme moi j'ai stampé. Les boss a fâché en fijay. Yo ça fait tout ça, yo try. Moute belle vie tout à la paix. London niti quoi kabay. Moussa croisé ti bwen tout pas fait rien mais tout à l'air. London ka vini bay vivant sel chimé. Moun fâché tout en sabo. Ou kako c'est Jean Flambeau. Piro pa vle moussa viwe yo sav London bon pour yo. London c'est un homme l'idée. Développer fond jouer. Moussa pas fait rien bay pharmacie tambou. Il a qu'à jouer. London qui nom. London qui nom. London qui nom. Il pas best of London qui nom. London qui nom. London qui nom. Les boss a fâché en fijay. Yo ça fait tout ça, yo try. Moute belle vie tout à la paix. London niti quoi kabay. Moussa croisé ti bwen t'aime pas fait rien mais tout à l'air. London ka vini bay vivant sel chimé. Moun fâché tout en sabo. Ou le kako c'est Jean Flambeau. Piro pa vle moussa viwe yo sav London bon pour yo. London c'est un homme l'idée. Développer fond jouer. Moussa pas fait rien bay pharmacie tambou. Il a qu'à jouer. London.
Non, m'a fait bail.
I'm Amira Sere and I'm a student at the Monaco Passios Combined School. I'm in grade 6 and my teacher is Miss Stanislas. My favorite subject would be math. I don't normally like it, but my teacher makes it finds a way to make it fun. I also love the positive quote she put up all over the walls. It reminds me to keep going. Also, the new wing is very impressive. The balcony is very large. So at break time, I can eat my snack and, go for a nice little walk. I also like the size of the classroom, so I'm not sticking on anybody because, 6 feet apart. Before, it was a rocky ride coming to school when I normally take the bus. But now the drivers don't have any complaints now that the district rep fixed it. Before it was like a rocky, stony road, a dirt road, but now that they fixed it with some concrete and nice tools, it's a smooth ride. I may even fall asleep. Thank you, Dr. Rigobert.